No, but listen to, did you hear the press conference of Seleke Kromah, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, you take the IG's word for it.
We elect on 85 irresponsible men what happened to our country. We elect on 85 irresponsible men to govern this country, not to be very irresponsible.
Please place your left hand on the Bible being held by your wife, and you will kindly raise your right hand, sir, and repeat after me. All standing, please. I, Joseph Newman Boyka Sr.
No secret now that your friend and former boss will be a candidate in 2029. With all of that you experience, all of that you know, and everything that you see unfolding in the country now, will you support him? Will you be part of the process? Will you give him the support? Do you think he can be a better president?
So why you want to bring political Benin in it now?
Oh, but you political you're political man, before you go out, very active.
I plead the fifth again.
Okay.
When 2029 come and pass, then you finally leave. Mission is completed. Now, what the rules of engagement? When the war ended, the guy said, the captain, the commander said, mission complete. There winner out first. All men on board.
So, this riot situation when it comes to country, because many times you notice that
if Charles Taylor is the problem, he will be out of here in the twinkle of an eye. And I say, let well-meaning Liberians come home. If we respect this constitution, a government formed in Accra is a violation of Article 1 of the Constitution. Let them come home. Let that government be formed in Monrovia.
On the Boyka's administration, we want to give the government of Liberia an ultimatum of 72 hours to provide a living ballot of the chairman of the Student Unification Party, or else there will be a catastrophic pneumonia in the Republic of Liberia. To arrest the chairman of the Student Unification Party, only because the government feel intimidated about the Vanguard Party advocacies.
The government got kept the rule, small, B rule, all kinds of place. I think the reason Joseph Boyka will not do much because the old man, the Papa is suffering. The Papa loves the country, but he can't make it. The criminal there around him, they sophisticated than him. They are sophisticated criminals, so they can't make it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Friday, the 10th day of the 10th month, 2025. It is great to be back with you. Share this show in your chat rooms, on your personal pages. Don't forget to nominate your person of the week, politicians of the week, organization of the week, and your worst politician, organization, institution of the week. We are going to discuss issues affecting us and our republic. We are going to be discussing politics. We're going to be discussing some world affairs, international issues. We're going to be expecting and discussing sports. How did the Republic of Liberia do yesterday by way of the Lone Stars? How did our boys do? Do they deserve our praises? I see when they lose, we jeer them. When they win, we should also have the courage to cheer them. the Lone Star of the Republic of Liberia, yesterday played. Honorable Tomalin George is an avid fan of Liberian soccer. If you say anything bad about Liberian soccer, you got him to contend with. And don't mention European soccer and leave Liberian sports alone. He will be upset. He has a disdain for anyone who will put premium on international sport, especially the Premier League, and denigrate Barrow or IE or our local sports team. So we are going to be looking at the work being done in Liberia. We will want to maybe call back the president of the LFA. What a great job he has done and continue to do to raise the Liberian flag. I want to thank Mr. Raji. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. I have heard and seen some great stuff coming out of Liberia. The future looks bright for sports. I will be your host as usual. I am Jerome Gayman. I want to talk about yesterday. We were lucky and fortunate enough to host the Deputy Minister at the Ministry of Information, Mr. DOS, Daniel O. Sando. A lot of time people will ask me, why were you, George Myean is so attractive to you? I am a man who likes the story of the mystical bird called the phoenix. I like those who will rise up from the ashes of nothingness to great heights. President George Myean did not go to CWA, he did not go to ACS, he did not go to MC. He rose from the slums of Gibraltar through our local schools and made himself who he is. That is a story worth telling. And I told that story. Then came Musa Belete, a man who went to local schools, experienced abject poverty, sold in the streets of Monrovia, sold gas in cans. He lifted himself by his own bootstraps, some would say. But Musa Belete will tell you that he never even had a boots. So he could not have lifted himself with his own bootstraps. Instead, he lifted himself. So when I saw this young man by the name of Daniel O. Sano, we know him from afar. We find him to be a gaslighter politically. Somebody that we say he's very bombastic, disrespectful, political gaffe. He appeared on our show and presented himself as an ordinary person, grew up on extreme circumstances. Went to the local schools and still going to the local schools, and had lifted himself up to where he is. No matter what you think about him, that is a story worth telling, and we will tell it. These are men and many women whose careers and success stories you can juxtapose their success stories against those that went to the Harvards of the world, went to USCs of the world, went to University of New Jersey, went to Columbia University, juxtapose their lives. George Weah, Musa Ability, and now Daniel Osano, put their lives and their achievement against those that went to Harvard, Columbia, and Ivy League school, and tell me who has overperformed and who have underperformed. This is why I love the underdog story. These are underdogs that have made it. These are the folks that we need to cheer. And there are many Daniel Osanos out there. There are many Musa Abilities out there. There are many George Weah out there. The American man will call them diamond in the rough. Somebody has to dig deeper to polish them. Many of you have denigrated this man, Daniel Osano. You met him yesterday in person. You listened to his life story. I know you left from here yesterday thinking totally different of this young man. It is about time that we uplift our local product. We have to love our own. And I can tell you, I can guarantee you, from what he learned on this show, and the love and respect and tutelage that you give him, he will be a better representative of the Republic of Liberia henceforth. He will grow into the job. He will become sophisticated. He will become diplomatic. Remember when you were a freshman, when you were a rookie in your place of work, you were rough around the edges. But as you grew into your job and became a veteran, and you are an imam, you will close your eye and recite the whole Holy Quran. If you are a student of the Holy Bible, you will recite the Bible, understand the Bible back and forth. If you are a student of philosophy, you will have quotations from some of the best and brightest. Rightfully so. This is why the Liberian people are taking a second look at our homegrown politicians, our locally grown sports athletes. We are getting tired of looking abroad for the finance minister to go to Harvard and come back home with some certificate or something and say he's a Harvard trained only to produce shortfalls. Absolutely nothing to uplift our economy. There is no reason for our police directors to go to the FBI training academy and come home and perform dismally. There's no reason for you to have 40 years of managerial and political experience, and when you are put at the helm, you are totally clueless. You apply for these jobs because of your connection. When it's time to produce, you can't. So here we are, we have the George Weahs of the world. We have the Musa Abilities of the world. And now we have the Daniel O. Sanos of the world that are proving beyond all reasonable doubt that something good can come out of Nazareth. Something good can come from the Republic of Liberia, locally grown. And the world is watching. Liberia, you have some great men and women. They are waiting for a chance. And there's a lot of them that you are giving chances to. And they behave and perform like buffoons. There is a video making the round on social media with Thomas Farah and a group of lawmakers making fun, singing, "If we are together, together, together." And they are making fun of the Liberian people while people are dying from starvation. While mothers who have just given birth are they are sleeping 2, 3 in one bed. Where our premier University of Liberia is molded. Children, men and women are going to school in a system where we know that the building should be condemned. They are inhaling mold. And those who are singing, "When we are together, together," they are sending their children abroad. So here we are. Here comes Daniel Osano, a son of maybe father was a hunter, a single mother in Grand Bassa County, raised him alone, probably selling in the markets. Just like most of told our single mothers, "Mom, I'm tired, and I'm tired seeing you suffer. Someday I'm going to make it back, and I'm going to help you." Daniel Osano is making his mother proud. And he said something yesterday in Basel. He said, "When I go home, my mother asks me continuously, then I said, 'My son, why did you say you keep talking like this all the time?' She doesn't understand why he said, but all she says is that she hears him speak continuously. What are you talking?" She's proud to see and hear her son on the radio talking. He stands at a podium where Osano should not be standing. Sano did not go to Harvard. Sano did not go to Columbia. He didn't go to my alma mater, Rutgers University, University of New Jersey, or Florida, but he went to the local school. And he's standing gallantly. He's going to be better as the day goes on. So today is Friday, and it is my job and my duty to recognize diamonds in the rough and the phoenixes of the world, people that have risen from the ashes of Liberia to the very top of whatever they do. There are young generations looking at the Daniel Sandals of the world and say, when I grow up to be who I want to be just like Daniel Sandal. So young men and young women who are in the interiors, on the streets, you are selling chiclet, you are selling whatever it is, you can be the next Daniel Sandals of the Republic of Liberia. This is why this particular platform called the closing argument. This platform is totally different from all platforms. Let me welcome the CEO. Yesterday, we kind of connive.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you guys.
We kicked the CEO out of here. He didn't have a chance to say anything. But I will tell you one real quick story. The state was coming to visit my facility, and they gave me a notice that I will be getting some very important visitors. So as CEO, I passed the information on to everybody. All departments are ready. 6 o'clock in the morning, I knew they would be here at 8. At 6 o'clock, I was at the facility. I made sure the bathrooms are clean. The kitchen is ready. The lawn that were mowed, I make sure there was nothing on the lawn, everything was perfect. I took the blower and I blew the different driveways and the basketball court and make sure everything was perfect. When the employees came in, they saw me cleaning the bathroom. Mr. Gayman, why are you doing this? I told them, they are not coming to visit the employees. They are coming to visit me. So if my facility is not presentable, is not right, they are not going to ask you. It is I. So I'm saying that to say the CEO, when we have 10 slots, he's in the back and he's juggling who to take off, who to bring in. He said, Myean, you are the producer, you got to drop off. Mr. Masare, you got to drop off. You got to drop off. And he dropped himself off to make sure that our guests make our platform look good. So, Honorable Peabody, we want to thank you for doing a magnificent job. It looks like when we have guests, everybody wants to be on. And it is your job in the back to juggle. Everybody blaming you. Why you can't bring me on? I was looking at the comment section. We had 17 comments. I'm in the back. 17. We got one in 10.
Everybody said, bring me on. But I was trying to click on. They said you cannot log on.
We got one in 10 slides. We got 17 people lined up to come on. They say, thank God I don't have to make that decision. I said, your call, Dr. Peabody, and let him deal with it. So we want to thank you for doing such a great job. It's not easy. It's not easy.
But all in fairness, you did an excellent job yesterday in moderating that show. I was at my dentist, and then I left from my dentist, and I went to see somebody who lost their wife, and then only the two of us were there at the time, so I thought I could do the show. But then everybody, the sympathizers, started coming in like, no way, I can't do this. I just got to cut it off and start listening, just listen to it and stuff like that. But I think it was an excellent show yesterday. You did an excellent job moderating. And I think Daniel represented well. Hate him or like him, I think he represented very well. in justifying when he called Mr. Coleman, what was that statement saying that?
A dwarf.
Yeah, I think he said he didn't mean it that way. So I think speaking figuratively. But I think he did a good job representing. I think the government need to give him kudos because he represented them very well yesterday. But Myean, somebody's asking for the
we've been on the YouTube thing.
The YouTube link.
We have a lot of folks that listen to us, watch us through YouTube, and for some reason they are just not. It's just not. I mean, yesterday the former superintendent and gender minister, Pinky, called and she was saying the same thing. Somebody from Minnesota called and said, "What's happening to the closing argument?" I usually watch. I'm reading it. We usually watch. My family and I usually watch through YouTube.
Yeah, a lot of people watch it through YouTube, but we're not there on YouTube yesterday.
No, I mean, this family said for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're right. The HFV, good to see. We've been having problem with the YouTube link. We're trying to change it, and then the IT person was saying that YouTube it was a new YouTube link, and it said that YouTube require us to have a certain amount of numbers before we can even go live using the StreamYard and all of that. So we do have it now. I don't know why it's not working. Myean says it's there, but even myself don't see it when I go to YouTube. So I don't know.
Well, tell me her volunteer her time. She said we should connect with her and she would be able to take care of that.
Yeah, because it's not good. We're losing a lot of our fans, and it's not good for them to be asking us. We should be even giving them the link for YouTube. You see, so
our fans, please. Those of you who have the technical know-how or television, she have volunteered. So. Doctor, if you have time, let's make sure that.
Sylvie, I'll have Myean connect with you, so you can, help us on that YouTube link because they say it was working, but I don't see anything working. So we're trying to actually do away from
they coming here. Our friend from South Korea, he said it's very difficult to get TCA on YouTube. You guys need to delete the previous one in order to make the new one.
That's true. That's exactly what people told us. That's exactly. And we're working on an IT lady, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes you're like, oh, this work, and it's not working.
I trust Telvi. She would take care of that for us.
No, Telvi is good. We'll
connect. Telvi, if you are out of work, I know you're driving, come on the show and give us your assessment of the young man. Yesterday. I like these. We're talking about the grade 3, and there are more. But when you look at the lives of George Weah, you look at Musa Ability, and you look at Daniel Sino, okay? You are looking at homegrown talent that have lifted our country. And they are not asking much. They didn't ask us for anything. These people brought themselves up. And there's a lot of them. These are the folks that we need to now promote. But I was hoping that the chief will come on because I know I want to start off with this football story. This is a great story here. This young Liberian man, the young kid that have made it to Arsenal, he made the team, Arsenal. Sago Jr. turns out Liberia caught up, keeps option open. This is a young, brilliant man that Liberia is trying to woo back home to come and play for the national team. So the question would be, for those of us who have our children and our family abroad, how do we make that connection that these children owe some loyalty to their country? How do we mesh? How do we allow the young folks? How do we in Liberia except the young folks who are abroad and want to come home? How do we allow the young folks who are on the ground working hard to come up? How do we allow them to embrace these stars that are abroad, that are coming home? When they come home, what happens to them locally? So these are conversations that we need to have. While it is good to bring these superstars home, what happened to our local talents?
Yeah.
So these are, let me welcome Abu Kamara. Abu, welcome, sir.
Thank you, Chief. And greetings to that of you, Ali.
I'm going to see after Daniel King, Abu was motivated to come back on.
No, not ready. I've been too okay, man.
You see,
I've been too okay.
Where
Here's my show. People, let me be on there. Let me be honest with you and Tomalin and the rest of the guys. This show is being widely monitored across the country. Not because people come on this show and I want to add it too sentimental. People follow this show. And I'm very grateful to all of you who are always on, just meeting the government, all of you. So for you to say, oh, that Daniel motivated me to come out, Daniel. I've been, commenters on this show been calling me all sort of names. But
that's right.
I take pride in my support. I take pride in being a member of the United Party.
I think it's in the reverse. You motivated Sano to come on.
Exactly. I've been people been calling me all sort of names. But good to be here.
Great. Did you watch the show yesterday?
I did watch the show. You guys are extremely well. I was just reading through the chat room. That the people were putting your legs. Say they wanted to keep me up.
Yeah,
but it was a good show. It was a good show.
Yes, look, for me,
those are GFK, and then
if I ever worked in Liberia or gave my spot to a local talent, I would never lost sleep over it, because when I see someone like Daniel Sino, Musa Ability, George Weah, and their way of working their way hard, you feel good that we have to elevate our local talent. We do have the talent there. But this thing about we need, he's from Harvard, he has to get a job. He's from there, he has to get a job. In America, it's about merit. What have you done? How can you do it? And these young men and women are doing it. And that's what you need to do. If the guy have done the job, if the girl have done the job and can do the job, whether he went to Well Heston or he went to CWA, give him or her the job, because it's merit-based or should be merit-based. If you look at Daniel Sano yesterday, if that interview, from those of you who interviewed him a few months ago, see the growth from when you interviewed him the first time to yesterday. And if you interview him 6 months from now, you're going to see a growth. So that's what we are talking about. We are talking about transformation. When they say you are transforming, just like the butterfly. When the butterfly started, where was a butterfly before? They say it was a caterpillar, right? Yeah, the kids see the caterpillar, they're running. Then they come back and see the beautiful butterfly, and they're all clapping and chasing it and want to be a part of it. So when we start in these positions, like the folks say, and Doctor, you were here, when folks say, Dr. Peabody, can you, you've been a successful father, can you help me? How do you do it? And you would tell them what your parent told you. There is no hymnal to, no manual, no particular manual to raising a child. Nope. It's hit and miss. You got to do it your way. If it happens, fine. If it doesn't happen, that's fine. Right. But nobody can give you a playbook and say, this is how you're going to do your child, and it's going to be, the child going to turn out right. No.
Nope,
So
not at all.
There you go. And this is where we are. You have to learn how to sit, how to crawl, how to stand, and then you walk before you start running.
Yes.
And this is why the young folks are going through. I remember when President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came to power, she gave many young people positions in the government.
Mm-hmm.
And many people were saying, why is she doing this?
Yeah.
One of my mentees, Dr. Josephus Gray, the president appointed him as assistant minister at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Right.
And Josephus Gray went on to become, I think, secretary at the embassy and all that.
Mm.
He came to the United States and interned with the Washington Post, the New York Times, and I connected him to Script. He came to Florida and Chicago and interned with the big news organs. And I took him to National Public Radio, and he did all of those things and went home. Today, he's at the University of Liberia. He's the dean of the Avon School of Social Sciences. These are young men and women that the president groomed. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf groomed, and look where they are.
They are the future leaders of tomorrow, Mr. Gayman. And if you don't groom them, you can't have one generation leading Liberia for the next 100 years. It's not possible. You got to groom all these young people that are coming up and give them the opportunity so that when we are gone, these young people will continue to lead in our direction. That's how America and other countries have been successful.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's how they've been successful. But if we just sit there and just think that we can't groom the young people or we should be the one all the time, that's why we have a brain drain in our country. Every time we need certain things, we got to either go through Ghana or go to other places. Ghana has become our new America and stuff like that. So we have to really groom them, So
our friend and brother Vat Dixon I should say kudos to Dr. Doe, a Liberian neurosurgeon who performed the first brain surgery in Liberia today at JFK. Okay, he wants me to verify that, but if that is true, Dr. Doe, we need information on Dr. Doe so we can bring him on. It is good to hear these things.
I heard about him too. I heard about him.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That if you have information on Dr. Doe, we are asking anyone who has information to please call or send a message to the closing argument, and we will say kudos to Dr. Doe. But let's look at some of the events, news, titles. Yesterday we talked about the justice in chamber, Wolo. And we also talked about Mr. Bryan saying he didn't do it. Aiding Liberian woman abandoned as a lawyer. Government turned their back after Supreme Court ruling. Stand want us to know that we, the people movement, announced a nationwide protest. And that's coming up in December, they say. Another critical information that we need to look at, Roberts International Airport needs $15 million emergency funding to meet just basic safety requirements. Our international airport, it is not safe. Dr. Peabody, those who do frequent flight, if you are flying into the Republic of Liberia, the Liberian government is saying our international airport needs minimum $15 million for basic, to just meet the basic 15 million emergency money. It reads, Liberia's Rabat International Airport needs at least $15 million US in emergency funding to fix safety equipment failures that have left the country's only international gateway below global aviation standards, official warned yesterday. The disclosure came during a tour of the facility by House Speaker Richard Nagbe, who pledged legislative support to address the crisis after witnessing firsthand the extent of the airport's decline. The message we're trying to send is that we need a total revamp, said Julius D. Dennis Jr., Director General of the Liberian Civil Aviation Authority, to meet minimum international standards. We are looking at something in the range of $12 to $15 million initially. Dr. Peabody, if you were in the air now going to Liberia, for those who are not fan of flying, when you get into the airport, after you have flown from either Dulles International, JFK of Atlanta, when they say we are approaching Liberia International Airport, flight attendants, take your seats. We are making our final descent. Your stomach, Dr. Peabody, your stomachs are turning. You say, I hope they got the lights on. I hope the air controllers are there. I hope somebody is there. It is scary.
That's why I try to fly in the day. That's why I have to fly to like Ghana and then take an early flight into Liberia because it's very scary. And the thing that is, the people who built that airport, I don't think they were thinking. They know that airport was just too small. The airport was not even completed when folks were rushing into it to do dedication to prove a point or to get news. The airport not ready. And I mean, and with less than 5 or 8 years, that airport is a mess. You go there, you sit in the terminal. That terminal is hot past fire. You go into the bathroom. It's like they don't even have. It's so bad off. They don't even have the air freshener thing in that general bathroom, the economy class where people sit. That's how bad it has become. So I don't know, but they didn't plan well. And if you don't plan well, you're definitely going to plan to fail. And that's what we see happening. The cheapest airport, Sierra Leone built an airport at the time for almost $250 million. If you want to build an airport and really bring it up to the international standard, a $55 million airport is not even worth it. I don't think that airport is even worth $30 million. Okay? See how deplorable that airport look. Not talking about the other area then, like the wrong way and other places. So I don't know what's wrong with our country. The place they fly from every day, knowing that this place is the gateway to Liberia. This is the first place you come and you land, people see. We don't even have a good airport. It's a shame when you land around international airport, how terrible it looks. And you have government in, government out, and they don't even see the need to renovate that airport or to make a better plan for that airport. That is very scary. And they fly in and out there every day. The president flew out of there today. Officials of government flying out, and they are proud to be sitting in there. That place is deplorable, very deplorable. So I don't know what that would be like, but we need somebody with real vision who will see the need to really upgrade our airport. That's why a lot of flights don't go into Liberia. That's why Liberians will struggle to fly from one country to another before they even get back into the country. That's the reason.
Our aging system, the airport is operating merely manually.
I believe it.
RIA Board Chairman Masekwe Kamara described the airport technical condition as alarming, citing obsolete firefighting trucks and damaged navigation system as the most urgent needs. We have 2 fire trucks, but we actually need minimum 4, each costing about $1 million, Kamara said. Our main D4R navigation system was destroyed by fire, and replacing it will cost us about $4.5 million. He noted that many systems now run manually. our morning airport is now being run manually. Can you imagine people to start the generator? They got to do it manually. It's not funny, but it is funny.
Yep.
If you want to know how embarrassing it is. I was in Liberia 2 years ago, and I took some guests with me, including the former state representative from Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
We got into the airport, and it was so embarrassing.
Yep. Yep.
And 3 years ago, I had 3 people with me. One was the wife of the UN ambassador to Nairobi.
Mm-hmm.
And we got into the airport, and the lady thought we were making a connection to Monrovia. She said, are we catching another flight to Monrovia? And I told her, I said, this is our international airport. We have arrived.
Yep. It's a shame, though. It's a shame. And
we got to get our luggages and went to see the carousel. That thing they got, I don't know. What is that?
I don't know what's wrong with our people. We don't think about the bigger picture. We just think about a small picture. And you go 1 hour to another country, 1 hour 30 minutes to another country. It's like you're in a whole different world. Just 1 hour flight in a whole different world. You go to Accra. Accra now has these systems that they install. That TSA just installed in some of the airport. Where when you go, just take a picture. You got everything there.
Yeah.
We don't even have our immigration system, our security system through that airport is so poor. It's very poor. I mean, their infrastructure is bad. You arrive, 5, 6 people won't come to you to get a passport to get you out of there. When other country, you can just walk to the airport to stamp you. You're gone in less than 5 minutes. And Liberia remains at the bottom of almost everything. Almost everything will remain at the bottom. So I don't understand Mr. Gayman, but that's a serious problem. And we don't move. We don't move until tragedy takes place. That's when we get to move. We don't plan. We want to get out there when tragedy happen. Then we have force. You see everybody quiet now on fire until we have another big fire. Then we'll be talking about we don't have enough fire truck, we don't have enough trained men, we don't have enough expert and things that work on it. But it's an embarrassment for Liberia. It's a complete embarrassment. The airport not good, the hospital is down, the fire service is down, this one is down, and we call ourselves country. We proud to be jumping up and down and say, "Oh, Liberia, Liberia, Liberia." That's a shame. That's a shame.
God is wonderful. The president almost had a mishap.
Yep.
The president's plane. And the emergency system at the airport, the chief, the guy that was appointed by the president, is saying, we don't even have a fire truck. Just imagine if something has happened.
Yep.
What they have there, he says, we need 4. We got 2 mostly. Whether they are working, nobody knows. That most of the equipment are now working manually. The navigation system, the system that tells the plane where to land, how far you are from the ground, those things, he said they were damaged by fire. And it is now being operated manually. These are things we want to talk about. And we have to continue to talk about, we are not bashing the government, but we need the best.
Yep.
What good is the president appointing a tourism board chairperson to attract tourism to the Republic of Liberia?
Yeah.
And you don't even have an airport.
Nope.
So how is that possible?
Yeah, you open a tourism board, but you don't have an airport.
So how would the tourists And I will read this briefly. It says, government sets up planning committee for Liberia's diaspora annual return 2025. And they have appointed Dr. Kula to chair and mimic. Basically, we're trying to replicate the system that have worked effectively in the Republic of Ghana, where they had a year of the return, and they have been so successful that they make billions. So we are saying, why can't we do the same thing that Ghana has done to bring African Americans and people from the diaspora into the Republic of Liberia? It says here, Monrovia, the government of Liberia, through the Office of the Diaspora Affairs at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has announced the establishment of a National Steering Committee and a Sub-Planning Committee chaired by Dr. Clarice Kula and co-chaired by Ms. Tiana Kessley. Other notable members of the Planning Committee include superstar Michael Blackson of BET, actor Van Vicker, among others. The initiative is part of the 2024 through 2027 Diaspora Strategic Plan, which was first presented at the inaugural cabinet retreat presided over by President Joseph M. Boakai Sr. The plan aligned with the president's arrest record. So here we are. The president wants to turn Liberia into a tourist destination. This is what we are saying. Why make these pronouncements when you have not actually done the groundwork? So
you want to be like Ghana, but you don't have an airport.
Yeah, you're not doing anything to have an airport, but you just make these pronouncements. Tell folks, let me welcome Johnny. Johnny, welcome, sir. It looks like Johnny is frozen. Johnny, are you there? He might be in Bapolo. But yes, if we want to create a tourism, if we want Liberia to be the tourist destination, there are things that you need to do. One in particular is the airport. And then two would be your road connectivity. If I wanted to go to Bapolu, how do I get there when I get to Monrovia? If I wanted to get to the Sapo National Forest, how do I get there? If I wanted to go to Patawee, that they've been talking about, how do I get there effectively from the airport there? Nobody is talking about, well, Nima County is a huge county. Maybe we need an airport there. An airport in Nima will serve Nima, Bong, and Lofa, three of the largest counties in the country. Why aren't we thinking ahead? Why aren't we thinking ahead? So we sit there and we come up with these beautiful headlines that now we have a chair, a committee. They call it Year of the Return, 2025. So all the Decembrists will be going back to Liberia in December, basically to show off.
Yep.
They are not taking a lot of money. Most of them barely have any money left over when they get to the Republic. There she goes, the queen herself, Miss Telvi Cole. You are muted. How you doing, young lady? Welcome.
Happy Friday. Peabody, what's up?
Oh man, I'm good. How you? Good to see you. Happy Friday.
But so I know you're on your flight. So what her name? Let him call me. What's his name? Myean?
Yeah, Myean is going to call you, definitely. He got the message. He's going to call you.
Yeah.
We're going to work it out through the back channel. But whether we are in flight or not, when the queen shows up, every flight stops. That's how it works.
That's it. I like that.
You gotta slow down. Yeah, when
that's right. You gotta slow down. Welcome to the show.
Slow down and yield.
welcome to the show, and thank you for taking time off. I know you work from home. You got your client, you got your clientele, you got work to do. But you have taken time off to join the conversation. We got some serious conversation that we need to keep. This is what we are talking about when we say we need to have a family discussion. You know, when we were growing up during those days, Sunday after church, you will have family meeting, and they will set a tone. When you go to school this week and I hear anything, they call here, your behind will be spanked. So everybody's on their P's and their Q's. So this is where we are. Tell me, when I read this today, the lead story out of the Liberia investigator, Liberia is on the brink. I mean, the Liberian National Airport is on the brink of collapse. The leader of the airport is saying that it is not safe at all. The navigation system is broken. It burned. It has not been repaired. It needs a new one. That the airport is literally being run manually. This is 2026.
I know.
Our international airport. And yet and still, people are making the $1 million trips. This, according to the report here, all they need is $15 million to bring it up to just the basic international standard of $15 million. And the foreign trips. You think the president would say, let's cut down our foreign trips by 50%, and let's close our eyes and just dedicate that to the airport? That would resolve. The president is flying out of an airport that his own appointee is saying is not safe here. The navigation system that makes what an airport to be an airport, he says it's not working.
It's scary. And Mr. Gayman, not only the navigation system, just the environment. I know a colleague that went to Liberia 3 weeks ago, and that was some of the things you were afraid of, landing in the night, because he hadn't been in Liberia for so long. And so he was going there for business or doing some risk assessment. And he was like, Tawina, we got to get in here like 11, 12 o'clock in the night. I cannot do it. I'm so afraid. I think he went to Ghana to later on going to Liberia because he swore to his children, his family, he was not doing it. Walking Liberia in the net, landing in Liberia in the net. He didn't even know what are you going to live or die, but regardless, then you got internet issues. They claim they got Wi-Fi, Mr. Gayman and Peabody, but the Wi-Fi doesn't work. Yeah. So I got images. Somebody went to the airport, the same airport, and trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. Could not connect to the Wi-Fi. It's just spinning. So, there's just a lot of risk, a lot of issues there that they're not looking at, and they got their priorities in all different directions. You get your money from the port. People are freeing containers. They're doing different things. Use some of those, redirect some of those money, reduce the spending at the house, whatever way. It's not the country. It's not that the country is poor. It's the mismanagement thereof. That's our problem. It's not poor. They just got their priorities in all the wrong places. Look at all these foreign travels. I was watching the diaspora stuff. Look at it. Look at a bunch of people that came just for this conference. They came just for us to sit down, watch them, and listen to them. The same one for us to take us out of our little silos and network. But it was mostly about them. Why y'all coming here? Y'all should have been watching it online, keeping some of the money. That's some of the fraud, waste, and abuse I was talking about yesterday. You watch it. The people who need to be there, let them be there. And a small handful of people that needed to be there to speak, to address specific things. Okay, if you want to talk about foreign embassy, foreign embassy issues, then the minister must be there or her deputy, not both of them, or a whole line of them. If you want to talk about, this thing, agriculture, then the minister or the deputy, not a whole line of them. But the people, all of them just came. I was just like, what country is this? A very poor country, and you're so wasteful, But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox this Friday.
It's all right. Let me work on J. Victor Nagbe. Chief, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Gayman. It's good to be with you. Ms. Cole, how are you? Dr. Peabody, it's good to be with you. I'm happy to be here. Happy Friday to all. And happy Friday to our audience as well. Thank you for joining us. Do share the show. So quickly, right off the bat, let me clarify for full disclosure, I'm one of the appointees on that Diaspora Return Committee, representing the Union of Liberian Associations in the Americas. I think the President Keita and I are on that committee. And so, I was in the back, I heard you guys talk about it. Most of what you say is correct. We hope to go in there and try to make some suggestions on, how we can collaborate, Liberians in the diaspora and Liberians back home. We believe that there is an artificial gulf, artificial schism that's developing. This us against them mentality. We don't think it helps the country. Last year, we were on that committee. We had some concerns over the way it was being rolled out. We made those concerns known, and so we thought the way it was going was not the way we wanted to participate, and so we kind of pulled back. But Mr. Erasmus Williams and I, we just had a conversation today. My name is misspelled there. He called me James Nagbe. Samuel Nagbe is my friend Bokeh, who runs the renewable energy. People make sure.
Breaking news: this man has been on this show pretending to be James Nagbe. He's actually Samuel Nagbe.
He impersonating all the time, right in full sight. So, but we, the union, the union, it has its challenges here. We acknowledge that. We believe there is a lot of good that can come out of a unified union. We don't have a unified union. Our current government came into being through a court battle. We had a battle with Mr. Kamara and the team. And, at the end of that, there really isn't a real winner because, egos are bruised, feelings are hurt, and it makes it very difficult for collaborators. So we get that. Notwithstanding, we're doing the best we can to try to forge a unified union. We believe if we're united here in the diaspora and we speak with one voice, we think there's a lot of good we can do together with and for our country. And so the diaspora return, we think, is one of those areas we can use to clarify some of the misconceptions, that people have of each other, those of us on this side and our compatriots in Liberia. And we think the more we go back and collaborate with our people on many levels, we think the easier it will become for us to understand one another and forge that unified collaboration that we think is necessary to build our country. You all know here, we talk about it all the time. We sent home last year almost $1 billion came from the diaspora. That's not money we sent to any particular person or purpose. It's just the money we remitted. If we can find a way to harness this, this humongous, resource that is in the diaspora, we think there's a lot of good to be had for our country, and so that's what we intend to do. So we just got announced on that committee. I'm sure a series of meetings are going to follow on how to proceed. But if we look at the model from last year, it's a month-long activities that they have beginning. I think they started the very first week in December up to January. There was some activity happening almost every other day. And then smack in the middle of that, I think around the 20th something, there should have been a dialogue, a reconciliation dialogue that was supposed to feature Emmanuel Weti, myself, and other colleagues from here, and also people from Liberia, where we sit at the round table and just, talk about the issues that we think are keeping us apart as opposed to keeping us together. So hopefully that will happen. And then, there are things we think we can do together. And so those are some of the things we'll be putting on the table. Hopefully, we'll make sense of that. But before I pass it on, I absolutely agree with you. There are some foundational issues that need to be resolved in order for progress to happen. You need a functional airport. You need a functional internet. You have to be able to connect wherever you are. You need electricity. You need roads. Those have nothing to do with diaspora return. Those fall on the government. And the government has a responsibility to do this. And this government, for instance, and the government before it, within the struggle, the problem is that the pot is small. You have a lot of people coming into government hungry. They want to fill their pocket before they get anything done. And the part that they're eating from, after you take out 88% to go to salary and scratch out and all of that, basically 12% that everybody's eating from. It makes it very difficult to do anything meaningful. And this is what they're struggling with. So we thought this government was going to come and collapse the government, reduce it, blow their payroll, cut the salary portion of this thing to a manageable level. That has not happened. You know, they lay people off here, they hire people here. They lay people here, they hire consultants here. They still find a way. How can you lay people off and the payroll is higher than it was before you lay people off? It doesn't make sense. So, but anyway, I'm glad to be with you guys today. Let's have a great show.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go on the international scene. Let's talk about the Nobel Peace Prize. You know, I'm a fan of women. Okay? It's past due that we recognize the work of great women. They have been doing this from time immemorial. It is time for us when it happens. Today, the Nobel Peace Committee in Norway, in Oslo, awarded the Nobel Peace Prize to Ms. Maria Corina Machado. This is a great news. A sister. The 2025 Nobel Peace Prize, an international peace prize established according to the will of Alfred Nobel, was announced on the 10th of October 2025 by the Norwegian Nobel Peace Committee in Oslo. It was awarded to Maria Corina Machado. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have another woman. This one, she is not a co-winner. She won it outright. She's an advocate of fierce politician. She is feared by the men. And here she is. The country of Venezuela. Everybody from that country should be proud of their women, of their wives, of their daughters, of their mothers. She has brought pride to the nation of Venezuela. Let me go to the queen here. She's here. This is a proud moment in the lives of professional women. I think her internet is giving problem. Dr. Peabody, you know, I'm a registered red Republican. They stole this from us. This was Trump's year to win the Nobel Peace Prize. You stole, your left wingers. You stole this from us.
Well, I don't know what the left wing. I'm an independent, so I don't know about the left winger. But what I know is President Trump still have 3 more years. So I mean, he could probably win, especially with that peace deal in Israel. You know, Israel Hamas. You know, that's a big one. We're looking forward to see how far that goes. So if that is really stable for a whole year, I think President Trump deserved the Nobel Peace Prize, because I think the Palestinians are tired, dying. You know, the killing on both sides and all of that. Those things got to stop. Human beings got to live together. Human beings got to live in peace. We are all created in the image of God, you know, and wickedness has no place, whether from one side to another. Wickedness have no place. So I think President Trump still has some time. He could win it, but I mean, looking at this woman, just where she came from, you know, Venezuela, you know, that we know to be so ruthless and that corrupt and worst human rights record and all of that, and to see her in the midst and advocating, I think she deserves it. I mean, no doubt that she deserves it 100%. And kudos to her. I think she's done a great job. And I don't think the organizer at the Nobel Peace Prize, I don't think they made a mistake in awarding it to her.
Honorable Nagbe, here we have a woman who is qualified. She doesn't mince her words. She's a politician. They bar her. You gotta do. She was so good. They bar her from taking part in the elections, and she still didn't stop. They threatened to kill her. Whatever it is they were doing, she pulled it off.
I'm sorry, I mute and I had to unmute. But yeah, Machado, she's from Venezuela. Am I correct?
Yes.
There's the Maduro country, Nicolas. I think the guy who took over from Hugo Chavez.
Yeah. Your homeboy. Yeah, you should know him.
Yeah, my homeboy. Okay, yeah. But congratulations to her. I know the Venezuelan situation, especially the U.S., has really been a very tricky one. They are an oil-rich country, and yet, in many ways, they are like Nigeria. You're producing oil, and yet there are times they have scarcity of oil. In Venezuela. I mean, I saw on Al Jazeera, I think about 12 or 15 months ago. The land that people go to, trekking long distances and transporting oil in 5-gallon containers, and taking it over to the border and selling it, for a tidy profit because they couldn't get involved in the sales of their own oil in their own country. So those people have gone through a lot, and so she has been one of the voices championing, their cause. And so congratulations to her. Quite frankly, I got a solicitation, I think 2 days or so ago, in my inbox. Somebody had telling me that Donald Trump was being nominated, and I'm sure you all got that. So I thought it was going to be announced too. I know Netanyahu has been really very vocal in getting him nominated for the Peace Prize. But I don't know, like Dr. Peabody said, maybe if he succeeds in brokering peace between Israel and in the Gaza Strip, maybe that will give him the prize. But considering what he's doing at home, I don't know if he deserves that. I mean, the man is tearing families apart, and some really on baseless reason. Some of the reasons are look, I've seen women arrested in the street, there are close 2 of them. For what? For what? Because they are in your country. This is a country of immigrants. Everybody in this country, except the natives. Even the Trump himself, his parents came from, Germany. He's a Germanic origin, Scandinavian origins. None of these people came from here. We're all strangers. We're all strangers in this country. They got this immigration thing. They have politicized it so much. Now it's a vote getting undertaking. You gotta pander to the base.
Let me push back on you there a little bit.
Please do, Mr. Republican guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna push back. Yeah, you try to blame Netanyahu when your president Joseph Waka came over here and nominated Trump.
You call him yes, Mr. President.
He also nominated Trump.
It's funny though, Jerome, that you say this, and I think I'm not sure if many of our people back home, are taking time to understand, the political dynamics. People really seem to think that Trump is somebody who cares about Liberia or Africa, and people rejoice when Trump is doing well in the States here. It boggles my mind because, look, if we are not doing well here, a good number of our people will not do well back home. Because why? And there's not a boast or brag, but the $5 that I'm sending you by SendWave, I have to be able to work and send you that $5. If Trump is threatening my deportation and you're rejoicing in the street about it, you know what? You're a fool because you don't understand what hurts you. He is hurting you too. And how people say that about him, when they say Trump is about it, even our own president is making light of it and making fun of it.
Mr. Now, if I may, is Trump threatening anybody deportation if you here legally? Trump is not
no.
Those that
no, but that. No, Sylvester, but I know that.
I know there are U.S. residents that have been here.
I know there are people who are here legally who have been deported. You know the story.
I don't want to know.
Honestly,
he is trying to the people that are here legally. He's trying to go by reevaluate their status and see if it was even done properly. So yes,
birthright citizen. Birthright to American citizenship. He revoked that.
Yeah. So the reason why Mr. Nagbe asked the question, I wanted you to say that.
Yeah, and I agree with you. That needed that clarification.
Tell me. President Joseph Boakai told the people in Liberia, "You put your mouth on me, I'll call Trump." You remember that conversation?
No, the countries are best.
But on the serious side, this is a woman that said here, the 58-year-old has been one of the staunchest critics of Maduro.
Please welcome me before you continue, Chief.
I'm not going to welcome you. You did a Trump. You elect a fool. I'm not going to recognize you. What kind of man is that?
So, Jerome, let me tell you a quick joke, right? My kids were younger.
I Trump nephew.
My kids were younger. I used to go watch them playing sports, right? And this kid, he apparently was tired, whatever, but he got knocked over.
Right.
And usually when they get knocked over, they stop the game, attend to them,
right.
And then, they move the game. But this kid was on the field for maybe like 10 or 15 seconds. Nobody paid attention. Until he raised his own hand, he said, "Man down, man down."
It means like he was standing up. He's standing up and said,
so Sylvester is telling you he want to be recognized. So maybe you should recognize him.
Okay, man down. Honorable Pewee, welcome to the show.
I'm the drum mayor of the show. So
there you go.
You see?
Yeah.
You see?
I'm the
The
drum
man get a Trump. He get all the title to himself.
And Trump love 100% loyalty. If half he get a problem.
Listen, he called 800, almost 8,000 generals, right? 800 generals. He told them, he said, if you are a laborer, you better watch out. I'm going to watch what you say. In fact, you got to play loyalty. Oh, you got to take the loyalty. Tell me, it says here the 58-year-old has been one of the staunchest critics of Maduro's ruling United Socialist Party of Venezuela. We first came to power in the late 1990s under former President Hugo Chavez. During Maduro succeeded Chavez in 2013. An industrial engineer by profession and a former legislator in the Venezuelan National Assembly, Machado has been shot at, targeted by federal prosecutors. Still, she had hoped to become a presidential candidate in this election, the past election in July, but was banned from running. Instead, she backed a different party led by Edmundo Gonzalez. Yet and still, the government, they chased her down, and the government lost that election, but the government announced herself as winning the election by 51%. They said they barely won, but they did win. So here we are. To you ladies, this is a woman of virtue. She has a degree in industrial engineering, successful, brilliant, fearless, and finally, she's been recognized by the world that she has won the Nobel Peace Prize. You are muted.
I mean, all hail. I mean, it's worth it. I mean, it's well deserved. I mean, no words can say that. I mean, I'm out of words. I mean, she fought a good fight. I think her journey can speak to everything she did and why this is just worth it. I don't know much about her, but a little bit I know that. I mean, she's just being a promoter of peace or of just democratic rights, and you just name it. So I think is overdue. So the race is not to the swift, or he that doeth to the end. And so she pushed, and so now it's the time for the world to recognize her. So all hail, There's people like her that make her, that encourage us to stay, to find a seat, at the table, at the stage where they're mostly men, and to not be ashamed, and just to be bold every day, no matter how you sound, what you look like. Let's just keep pushing.
Honorable Pewee, this is your area of expertise. We are talking about the Nobel Peace Prize. As disappointed as I am, because me and Joseph Boakai, we nominated Trump to be the Nobel Peace winner, and the folks say we too early, we should wait, and in our time, Liberia, when you go on the football field, tell you, my man, you're too young, you gotta wait your time, go to the back of the line. So, what do you think about this decision? You are muted.
Thank you again for having me, Mr. Gayman. I was actually expecting this today, and I knew clearly it was not coming the way of how many MAGA forces or surrogates were thinking, because the Nobel Peace Committee is got a special way to look into how nomination are received and before going into the voting process. So. And they indicated, it went on the Liberia Peace Committee website, there was a special statement. They said they push for people, that push for global stability, global peace, and the rest of that, not intimidating people. So there are a lot of factors. So Nagbe said something, I will draw to that, I'll pivot to that, then come back. Mr. Nagbe said something about forcing people to deport them, intimidating people, separating families, children. And in this country, we learned that from El Salvador alone, we got close to 400,000 to 500,000 kids that are separated from their parents. You listen to what the Ponte said quite recently. The Ponte, I mean the Pope. The Pope says the same thing about that, right? Just recently, less than a week ago. So the committee is very sensitive to these things. Listen, Mr. Trump, or President Trump, did an extraordinary job to bring about global peace in a lot of countries combined. There's a lot of countries. The Rwanda, Congolese, DR Congo process. The issue between, there was a break of nuclear war between Pakistan and India. He brought that to halt in the rest of and the major deal that is currently unfolding. When we anticipate to see, our anticipation will see most of the hostages, those both living and dead, will start coming home beginning Sunday, hopefully. And we saw the withdrawal of some of the Israeli forces from certain part of Gaza today, and you saw a troop of Gazans trooping back in a more euphoric and celebratory way today. So that is clear. That is a mammoth achievement in terms of global peace and stability. But yes, why the committee didn't name him today. The committee didn't name him because of most of the things that are happening. Also, the way the committee respect humanity also. That's one of the issues there, the way you treat him on being that and all those things. So I will hope, but yes, and that's my prediction, and that's what I suspect. Steve Wickoff and Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, may be the one to win it next year. And there's a reason why I'm saying these things, and I may be wrong, but again, they may be the one to win it next year. Both of them will share it, probably. If the committee is so general and want to, and there's some improvement in terms of the internal way you deal with people that come into your country, those that are escaping from genocide, those that are escaping from economic deprivation, and those that are escaping from rape and other things. The way you welcome them, the way you treat them also will depend on some changes that will be structured. Then he may win along with these two, either Steve Wickoff or his son-in-law. The three of them may take it, or he and Steve Wickoff may take it. But he's not going to win exclusively. Steve played a very major role in these things, and it's my own reading, right? So, Mr. Gayman, I know you. There's a lot of disappointment in the Republican MAGA side of things. There's a lot of disappointment today. Even some officials in the White House, they are very mad. They're very, very disappointed why he didn't win it. And I would have.
I'm wiping my tears.
Yeah, I would have hoped. I would have actually hoped that he got it. To be very frank, this achievement in Israel is an achievement that no American president, Israeli leaders, always eluded American leaders in terms of these things, and he had the gavel and he used it very appropriately. Now, it was both the soft and hard diplomacy he deployed. And that's totally hard diplomacy. You saw his rollout warning Hamas, saying to them that if you're going to take a deal, there's going to be what? Total ending for me. He warned them. And then he also went back to Netanyahu, telling him, hey, you crossed the line. When Netanyahu went and attacked one of America's counterparts, Qatar, he told Netanyahu directly, you crossed the line. No American leader ever told Israeli Prime Minister that. Netanyahu played with Biden a lot. Now, Biden did not succeed, or Biden it was not because of Biden weaknesses, if you will. It was basically because Netanyahu had a wiggle room to go to Congress and divide the issue there. He will go, some Republican Congress people were supporting him at the time. But now, Netanyahu cannot go to Congress and succeed because the Democrat won't listen to him. The Republican will listen to what Trump will tell him. So this is when Trump told you, so he crossed the line. It was the time. Netanyahu didn't do this because he really wanted this to happen at this time. He did it because Trump pushed him to do it. So Trump really operated in terms of hard diplomacy. He used both soft and hard diplomacy very effectively. And I thought in global peace and security, sometimes it's peace through strength and all those things. That's why he did. So if I were on the committee, I would be very sympathetic towards him. I would have voted to give it to him, but there are other conditionality the committee will look forward to signing up. So I hope next year may not be empty for America, trust me. Steve, the president himself, or his son-in-law, the two of them receive two out of the three will receive the next Nobel Peace Prize, but not this one. This woman played a major role ever since she was in Parliament. She started this issue for coming as a major opposition leader. She's a career engineer, very professional, very well laid out all those things. But she put her life on the line to advocate for the Venezuelans that have been targeted, marginalized. This is a country that is vastly rich. But again, the folks are living in abject poverty, destitution, and all those things, anarchy, and all those levels. So most of them are fleeing the mayhem of that terrible dictator we have there, Nicolas Maduro, or whatsoever thing he call himself, right? But it's just unfortunate that President Trump didn't get it. But again, we hope that next year we'll celebrate, and maybe with this, it will ease the tension a little bit on to those that should be here, and other things that he should lower the pressure a little bit on those folks and move on. But that's international diplomacy.
Jerome, I know Tevi will come in. She hasn't come in a while. But just quickly, I agree with everything Sylvester said. But I just wanted to remind him, and he's a diplomat, I'm sure he's aware of this. Just as the leaders are claiming the accolades, on the big level, the little things matter too. What this president is doing in this country to the little people, our people always say, don't punch down. This is a president who was born with a golden spoon in his mouth, and yet he's the angriest rich person I ever knew in my lifetime. He is mean-spirited. Every little benefit that the little people are getting, he's snuffing it out. I don't think anybody will see that and see him as a humanitarian. He is not. He is rich and he is mean. And he is taking it to the littlest people. And I don't think the people, even the Pope, like you said when you said, the Pope talked about that. You got to take care of the littlest of my people, the weakest of my people. But I'll give it on to Tevi. Tevi Tomalin is somewhere. I don't know why he's not on, but he says,
I knew you were going to
say conference CEO. That's not for real. That is CEO.
That's just the Friday local.
You see the Monday. The Monday is just the Friday.
Friday for football.
Before you continue, a few seconds.
What did you say that grace, right?
That's right.
Before you continue, a few seconds, Mr. Gayman, I know they feed it. Maybe I will have to take break. Somebody say I'm praising Trump. Did I praise Trump?
Yeah, I know that.
You said we will celebrate Trump last year.
Thank God they didn't come for me because they call it transfer aggression.
Yeah, but not trying our man too, right? So our man. To be fair, quickly, the reason why I like him because he's bold. He don't have his feelings and all of things, and he's a charismatic leader. He's unconventional, and I love. We study politics. I read a lot of books about Machiavelli and other things, the Blue Prince. I just like him for that. He's very, very firm, and he go for what he want to do, and he's clear about it, and he demands 100% loyalty. That's another leader. You're not loyal to the man, you're not with him. That's it. Go ahead.
Listen.
But he's a tyrant.
No, he's not a tyrant because
yes, he is. I agree with Tevi.
You remember George Bush? He says, "You either with us or you against us. There's no middle ground. You don't go by what we do here."
Who doesn't remember the axis of evil, right?
I just saying the fact.
The axis of evil and what Bush do?
Listen,
axis of evil.
Yeah. Listen, this one here, I know is a story that should warm all of our hearts, and it coming from. I know you're gonna like this. Sister Jane our beloved mother from the University of Loyola in Chicago dies today at the age of 106.
Oh man.
Sister,
wow. Who's gonna chair the boys, the basketball team?
That's correct.
Oh my goodness.
She became a superstar at the Final Four. She would go to every game and say her prayer.
Oh wow.
For the kids. And she went viral. And she was just beloved by everybody. She died today at the age of 106.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
I see why she lived that long. Because she always
106. How many people live into 106? So
that's correct.
Yeah. Are the children blessing all for also?
Right.
She was born August 21st, 1919.
Oh.
And she became a Catholic nun and has served the Catholic Church, the different universities, and she was a sports fan, and she would follow the university basketball, soccer, wherever the fans are. And then when they made it to the Final Four, she began to pray from the beginning of the season that they would make it all the way.
Wow.
And she said her prayer every day before, and they won almost every game last year. And she went viral. She died. Yes, she died today at the age of 106. So we take our hand and pay tribute to the matriarch of basketball for doing what she did. She cheered the kids on. And this is what we are talking about in Liberia. The folks will tell you, oh, I'm a big shot. I can't do this. Oh, you can't be minister, sit there, you clapping, you cheering. No. These people, you have accomplished. You have done everything. And to cheer on your kids, to be a mother, to be a father, has nothing to do with your portfolio. In Liberia, you go to the game, they got a VIP box. They all sit there, cross their legs, and you see no emotion. You go to the game here, you see the president of the university, you see Barack Obama shooting basketball. That's what life is all about.
And that's the point I was making to you about your Republican president. When you get up there, you seek to inspire the poorest, the lowliest of our lowest. You see those superstars, they will leave there, they go to the hospital, go to the children's hospital, whatever, the children on the cancer ward, whatever. And devote their time and try to cheer them. That's what leaders do.
Listen, you Democrats, you saw today the First Lady, she negotiated the return of the children of war from Russia back to the Ukraine. You weren't talking all that one. In fact, my potential daughter-in-law sent me this from Puerto Rico. She said, Mr. Gayman, please, Puerto Rico, this is Puerto Rico. They sent me this. So while we are on
Puerto Rico.
While we are talking about Maduro and Venezuela, she told me to wear my hat for Puerto Rico.
But Jerome, Johnny is in the bag, I think.
Okay.
I think you're bringing some people on, right?
Okay.
But we need to switch it back home. So I think we got enough trouble. Oh, all of you on the phone.
I think so. We got enough.
Yeah. But I think we need to start putting the police on a microscope now.
Today we got great guests here. Our Fofana Bandi. We go to Lofa today. The Bandi organization is here.
Oh.
But I can see they used to give Bandi before Baga became president. I didn't know about you.
Let me bring.
The people told you that since. In fact, I didn't even know that they are claiming. The reason they gave all the position to the people from Lofa, they say, Lofa, we got 9 different counties in one. We got Grand Bassa, we got Bon, we got Nima. So we don't need to give you any position. We give all to the people. We got Bandi, we got Mandingo, we got Bassa, we got Loma, and you go on and on. That the Bandi people are here today to make their claim. Joseph Wagner have not appointed one Bandi man. Why is he doing that to Bandi people?
They planted there, they got Bandi people there. But I see why Johnny pushing the other one, got a Bandi thing, so he pushing it. You won't promote the Bandi people for it. You forget about the other people there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some great guests here from our. Listen, who am I? Who am I to the people from Lofa? I'm from Basel. Who am I? Your nephew? Or
you are nephew. Because from Lofa level, you are nephew. You are nephew.
Okay.
You are actually a nephew.
Okay, so
yeah,
I'm a nephew. I got my.
Before you start this show, let me see if I can. I don't know if the person I'm thinking about. But if the student, I will make a disclaimer here. Is this Mr. Hempson Colley from the General Auditing, the former tuning director?
You get it right.
Okay.
This guy.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought to say that when he was director of training, then I also worked with the GSC then, but when he left now.
So between the two of you, who the uncle, who the nephew?
He and myself?
Yes.
We are both nephew to the Kisi people.
Yeah, you get that right.
We are both nephews.
So, Nagbe, you are a nephew to the Kisi. Tell me you are a niece to the Kisi. So, today we will be welcoming our brothers and uncles and cousins and nieces from Lofa County. Is it the Bandi Association of the United States or is it the Bandi Association worldwide?
It's called the Association of Bandy Lenders in the Americas.
Okay, great. So please introduce yourself. If you have any other person with you, give us your name, your title, and educate us a little bit about the Bandy. What is the vision of the Bandy Association, and what makes you guys so unique?
Okay, my name is Henderson Colley. Like a brother over there said rightly, we come from the General Auditing Commission where we knew one another. But I hail from Bandyland. I come from a town called Sigisu, and I'm currently residing here in America. But we saw the need that the Civil War left Liberia in ruins. And I always like to borrow this from Nehemiah in the Bible. It said Jerusalem is lying in ruins. The Civil War left Liberia lying in ruins in all our respected districts and towns and villages. So for us in Bandyland, we all have been like other people in America sending back remittances. But we said, no, one person can't just do it. We have to come together. When we come together, we become stronger. And so the whole idea of forming ourselves into an organization that we now refer to as the Association of Bandylander, that's how the idea came about. And so today on this platform, I'm serving as the current president. I have my vice president, Dr. Prince Yekesin. I have my deputy ambassador to Liberia, John Ndebe, also on this platform. And so a brief history of AGLA, we came together actually in the year 2022, after realizing that, yes, we have to come together. Oh, God.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
We are hearing you.
Okay. So we thought of coming together, like I said initially, to bring our people. We are spread all over the 50 states in America. We are spread all over Europe, Africa, and other parts of the world. There to bring our people together from all walks of life. You may.
Johnny, can you pick up from there? Why he fluctuates there?
My background is noisy, so I don't know if I'm clear. My background is noisy. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Where I am, there's a music playing in the background where I don't have control over. So but anyway, like he said, the Bandy ethnic group is situated in Lofa County in a place previously called, like Kolahun district. But due to other reasons, now we have 3 districts within the Bandy region of Lofa County. So during one of my visits in the U.S.,
a friend of mine introduced me to them, so they thought to get me involved, and that's how they, we all came together now. Oh, I'm Bandy. I know my brother Sylvester want to get angry with me, my own uncle Sylvester. My father's a Bandy man, but I
No,
was
it's not angry.
raised by.
I'm not angry. I'm not.
I know Sylvester. So I'm separate because I was born and raised in the Loma land. I was born in Dozo, raised in Fonjama and Dozo. So I'm more Loma in terms of my language and identity, but Bandi is my father's home there. And so my father people call me and say, look, this is your home. You got to come by, let's be together. So that's why you see me now on board with the Bandi land. However, this is all about Lofa County coming together as one and Liberia benefiting for all I want to do. So like he was saying to you, we are coming together to make sure that we all can focus our attention on the Bandi land and give it a more kind of support to improve its social infrastructure in terms of education, health, road, and whatever we can do to make sure that our people life can be improved in the Bandi land is what we are working towards. So after having initial meetings several times, they come in October 11 tomorrow, Saturday, will be the convention. Actually, today is the beginning. Right now, they are in meet and greet. That's why the chairman is a little bit busy. Mr. Hinasi is on and off. And we keep on a little bit late because of all of this.
He's back here. He's on again.
Okay, good. All right, good. Go ahead, Hinasi.
Go ahead. Mr. Colley, you can go ahead.
Thank you for
oh man, Mr. Hennessy, can you locate somewhere else?
Is that okay?
Are you on a Wi-Fi or are you using the mobile network? Can you switch to a Wi-Fi? Is it possible?
That's one of the first things you need to do. You need to Wi-Fi Bandi land. Bandi land, you need Wi-Fi. Bandi land need Wi-Fi. But Johnny,
yeah.
While you are here,
Jerome,
yes,
that lot of turbulence for
right.
The Wi-Fi is a turbulence.
Yeah, he get the signal. Yeah. Talk to us about when we talk about Lofa County. We talk. Most people think about the Loma. We talk about the Kisi people. Tell us what the Bandi people. What is the culture? What sets them apart from somebody? How do I know a Bandi from a Kisi, from a Loma?
First thing is the language difference.
Okay.
When I was growing up, my father is from Bandi land, and I grew in the Loma land. So the joke was, they said, Johnny, if you want to speak Bandi, just hold your nose and speak Loma. And, so actually, it's the phonetics, the sound, and the language of the Bandi people. They are close to the Mende people. They have a lot of similarity with Bandi and Mende are very close. And equally so, they are close to the Loma, but the Loma from the Vonjima region. And we call them the women Loma. My uncle Pewee is from the Zozo Loma that is comprised of 3 different Lomas: the Ziema, the Gizima, and the Buriema. That's where Pewee comes from. And the reason why I call Pewee uncle is because my mother is Loma. And by tradition, your mother's background is where you call uncle. So you don't call your father's brother uncle by our tradition in Lofa. I'm sure the same thing across the whole of Liberia. Your father's brother is your father. Your mother's brother is your uncle. So Pewee is considered as a brother to my mother because my mother is Loma. So the Bandi are that unique group of people. There are not many. We are a small group of people in Liberia. But if you look at our size, some of the ethnic groups are more than us. But what is good for Bandi people is that if you know in Lofa County, the most PhDs from Lofa come from Bandi land. The most PhD because they are interested in all go to the end of anything they want to learn. So you can hear about Dr. Yekasin, Dr. Sastalefu, Dr. Monimba, Dr. Colley, Dr. Brahima. Most of the PhD from Lofa are from Bandi land. And it's because the Episcopal Church started down in the Bolahun region in the early 1900s, like 1914, 15, 16, 17, up to 1920. Because I know during one of my research work in that Bandi land area, I saw the old church that was built by the Episcopal Church, and I saw on the wall 1920 that when the church was built in the Bolahun region, 1920. And I assumed that they were there before 1920. So even my own grandfather told me that his first education he got was a Episcopal church in Badiland, that was in Bolahu. So that's what made them a little bit different from most of the other groups in Lofa County, because they were the first to be introduced to Western education, and were very, for them, they saw it as a serious thing. So that's why in Lofa, most of the PhDs in Lofa come from Badiland.
Yeah,
I know you agree, right?
Before you continue, the cafe Jackie from the water told me, say, it warned me that I saw it say there's another PhD or behind the scene. You got to bring up
Prince Yekesin.
Yes, very good.
Another PhD that come from under the water.
Yeah.
Dr. Prince, we are fighting PhD war here, so we will throw the book at everybody. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My pleasure.
You are the chairman of the convention committee. Tell us what is happening, when and where, and what should I expect when I come to the convention?
Yes, thank you for having me. As you said, I'm Prince Yekesin. Let's put a degree one side right now. Yes, today we're having a meet and greet, and we just started that. We're coming in right now. This is going to be a great convention.
Where is the convention being held?
I'm having an echo. That's the reason I'm not really getting you clearly.
Where is the meet and greet?
Where is it?
The meet and greet is here at Redeemer's Covenant Church in Broken Park.
Oh, okay.
Minnesota, okay.
Sorry, I told them to mute themselves so I can listen to you. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, talk about the convention. What is it that I expect to see if I came to the convention? What's going on at the convention? What does it entail?
Oh, yes, thank you for that. This is the first of its kind in the history of the Bani people to have such a convention in the diaspora. The first thing is that we came together in 2021, 2022. We established this organization by bringing all Bani liners together so that we can help to develop our district. If Bani Kolahun used to be called Kolahun district, is now divided into three: Lukambe, Kolahun, and Wahasala. So we decided to amalgamate all of them into one called Bandi land. You know, whether you Bandi or Kisi, once you reside on the land, you are considered a Bandi person. So you benefit from what we do, in other words. We don't discriminate, that don't only benefit Bandi people, no. It benefit everybody that live on the land. So we are seeing those that originate from Bandi land, that reside in the diaspora. There's a need to come together to help our people. So that's what this convention is about. We have identified 9 projects that want to raise funds to be able to carry on that development in the district, in Bani land. So this convention is all about raising funds. It's all about connection. It's about bringing the Bandi people together. So there'll be 3 days for this convention. Today is the first day. Please tell them to keep quiet a little bit. Sorry, people keep coming into the building, you know. So 3 days. Today is meet and greet. Tomorrow is a main convention. Let me tell you what will be taking place tomorrow. In the morning will be a business session. In our business session, we're going to have various speakers, including our guest speaker, who is Joseph Rudolph Johnson. I think you know him, former Minister of Foreign Affairs under Dopoh administration between 1987 to 1990. So he will be serving as keynote speaker. In our business session, we have a concept paper that we're going to be going through. It will take us about 1 hour to go through the concept paper about regarding what development project to give priority to. Of all the 9 projects, we have ambulance project, we have armchair project, we have agriculture, which include animal husbandry and other stuff. We have the the tutorial project to tutor our kids in the various district where people will leave from the university to go in the county to go help to, make them to understand what the lesson they are studying. Sorry, I'm having a lot of echo in this place, so I'm not really focusing a lot, So we have several projects. So those are some of the projects we'll give priority to. So we'll go to the business section, we will discuss tomorrow, and the body will come up with a resolution, which one will be giving the preference first. And then now that we're not give credence to the other projects, but we put them in the scale on a scale to make decision as to which one to give priority, which one is needed in the district right now.
Great.
Right after that, we'll go for lunch. We'll return by 4 o'clock, from 4 to 2 a.m. So 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. So 4 p.m. when we resume, we will have dinner served for 1 hour, and then we'll go to honoring program. We are going to be honoring those who have contributed immensely in the Gbani community. All right, there are a lot. Right now, we have identified 29 of them to be given certificates for their hard work in the district, for their hard work in the Gbani community. So right after that, we have our president to speak for 30 minutes, Hennessy Colley. While we establish the organization, he will be talking about that. Right after that, we start the fundraising rally. We have several activities regarding how to raise this fund. We have earmarked 100,000, but we may go beyond that. And we also task all Gbani lineups, all Gbani people, whether in Liberia, whether in the diaspora, for each Gbani person to give $100 towards all our 9 projects. Those who have more should pay more. But we say at least every Gbani person for 18 years and above pay $100 once you can afford to pay. That is towards the 9 projects that we have outlined, to implement in Gbani land, including building a community center where we'll be able to train people to learn different, different careers, that when they graduate from high school, they will go to that vocational school and learn something. It's going to be a huge community center. We have the diagram already, which include about nine sections for various training, projects. So far, that's what the convention is going to be about, to raise funds to carry on the 9 projects in the country. And this is the first of the kind. And we see the euphoria in everybody. People just flooding in, calling, people flying right now from everywhere. So it's going to be a great convention.
Thank you very much. Let me go to Dr. Peabody. Why I go to Dr. Peabody, I want you to think about this. When I go to the convention, I want to know what is that special
Let me
dish?
relocate myself because there's a noise here. Sorry. I got to relocate myself.
Don't make me start dripping spits for that.
I want to know that special Gbani dish. Dr. Peabody, any question for our Gbani folks? I want to know what is that special dish that Gbani people can say, this is exclusively Gbani. That's what I want to. I don't want to hear anything about fufu and soup because then I know you stole it from grandma. So I want to hear that exactly. Dr. Peabody, go ahead.
Look, I want to. Well, like Tabina said, don't put spit in my mouth, dude. For that, I already feel like eating something right now. But let me ask you, how much you guys are looking to raise tomorrow for the whole convention? What's your budget like? What you plan to raise?
No, he said 100,000.
He said 100,000.
100,000
is the minimum.
Yeah, the minimum is 100,000.
And that's a reasonable amount.
Well, giving the people that are there, how generous they are.
Across the country.
All people are not givers, though.
That's all I supposed to give, though.
Come again?
You're supposed to give them.
No, I wouldn't mind. Listen. I wouldn't mind doing that if I'm asked to. I wouldn't. I'm not. Even the billionaire, I will not just give. I have to be asked for the give something, right? So I'm not one. So I will give my widow mic if I'm asked to. I'm just hearing about this thing today.
So Johnny, in part of the organization, you have been assistant since 2021?
Yes. 22 actually. Yeah.
Okay, good.
3 years, and we just hearing
Hey, I'm just hearing about this. I'm just hearing about this Bandy land.
Yeah. So what happened is that it have been, no one to, our own Liberian community. It takes time to get people organized, people informed, and people to accept the idea, the concept. So it taking some time. So myself got involved 2023 when I went to the US. One they called me, I joined their meeting with the scholars, provide some idea, and since then I've been part of them. So it's been tough to get us organized. Even the convention is still. We're still going through tough time to get everybody involved from the various states in the U.S. and we're trying to get in contact with those in the European part of the world, Asia, everybody. So, you can clearly understand that it's taking some time. So this convention now will go out, send a message across. We're hoping that by tomorrow we'll have several Facebook pages for individuals there that will be going live, so that other Bandy men and women in other parts of the world will have the opportunity to view it and hear about Bandy land. And join. Even here in Liberia, I had to be going around. Some of the internet said, "Look, we have this group. We want to rally ourselves together, rally our support to build our home." Even though sometimes they will ask me, "How can you get a big Bandy name and don't speak Bandy?" I said, "Well, I'm sorry. I was born in Loma Lands. Loma Lands is why I know most. Like Pewee myself, we know each other. People never knew I'm Bandy man. I said my name, but everybody know I'm a Loma man because Loma speak actually. But that's it. It takes some time, but we hope that this conversation now on the show will help to elevate the information about the Bandy land, chunks and dollars coming together. And we hope that more people who are following or who will hear about this will begin to make inquiry to join the group and be part of the movement. And it's all about making Liberia better, because if one part of Liberia is better, everybody will learn from one side and move forward. And so we want to make the Bandy land the best part of Africa. That's our vision, that's our goal. Whether we achieve it or not, but we want to make sure that when it comes to anything, education, health, food production, whatever you think about in the world, we want to make Bandy the best place in the world so that other people can learn from us and carry that up in other places. So that the Bassa, the Manon, the Gio, the Kisi, our neighbor, the Mende, the Lomas, the Mandingo, the Pele, everybody else can learn from what we're doing. And then if we all begin to do similar things like this, I can tell you in the next 5 or 10 years, Liberia will be a great country, will be a different place that people want to come to and enjoy their life. So that's what I want to do. It's all about setting the standard for Liberia to move forward.
Before Mr. Gayman ask a question on the kind of menu you're gonna have there, let me ask you, what's the membership? How many people you have so far?
So I think from my information, I may not be correct. We have also anywhere around around 75 to 100% now across the length and breadth of the USA. From the US around that number. And in terms of the meal, nobody people knows the Bandy land traditional food is ray or soup with okra. Ray or soup with okra. It's like they're in the Golapoga similar food.
What's the name of it?
They call it Bandy Quick Service. Just for your own discretion in English, it's called Bandy Quick Service. Bandy Quick Service.
What is the name of being Bandy?
I don't speak Bandy.
Bandy Quick Service.
Don't say it. Dr. Yagetin.
No.
What is Bandy? What does it mean?
I went to a town in Lofa in the Bandy land called Balota Home, beyond Bola Home, right? That was Balota Home. Yeah, we're Balota Home, and I just flipped the name, but they got a name for it. There's a woman.
Don't worry, you guys is here. You guys here. You take the name. You guys is here.
In Faunda and Balota Home, 2 towns I interacted with folks there. They got a name for it. We should have the name.
Yeah, the
Bandy
name is Bandy. Yeah, Bandy. No, that's the name. The only thing we say is that it's not service. And in standard English, you will say service, but it's Bandy Quick 7. That's how they call it. Bandy Quick 7.
Yeah, that's English.
Service is what they call 7. Okay. It's actually instead of saying Bandy Quick Service, they say Bandy Quick 7. Yeah,
but there's a proper Bandy description of that soup. I believe that. There's a proper Bandy description of that soup.
Your uncles are here. You are a nephew. You are a nephew to them. Any question for your uncles?
Well,
I like to welcome them to the set and thank them for the initiative. I didn't know that this organization has been existing. I think Jones says since 2022, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, right.
Yeah. So yeah, I know some of the guys. Dr. William Salifu, he was my dean at Cardinal. We hung out a lot, so I know the Salifu family. Dr. Stephen Yekesing, the late, he was also my president at Cardinal. And I know a couple of the Bundy guys. This Dr. Yekesing, we met at the recent Eula convention in Indiana. So I'm saying this to say, these are good people. We've known Johnny here now for a while. And I'm glad to know that he came on to tell us, this man has been mispronounced. He's been telling us the wrong way to pronounce his name. So now I know. But it is good to have you guys.
Thank you.
And I wish you well. I know you say you're trying to raise 100,000. I think you will do well. I'm not sure if you've expanded fully on what it is that you wish to do, though. That you're raising the funds for. I know you're trying to put the money land on the map and all that, but do you want to expand a little bit more on what is it that you're trying to do with the funds that you're trying to raise to benefit your people?
Right. As I said earlier, sorry, there was echo in there. We have identified 9 projects. But this convention, we actually put it in a scale of preference to see which one will give priority. We have been receiving several requests from the county. From Baniland. Right now, the ambulance, we have only one ambulance, station at Kolahun Health Center. It's not working properly. It needs repair. They have called on us to help repair it. We don't want to repair. We want to buy a brand new one for the hospital. So that's one of the projects that we have. So this convention is supposed to raise money to buy an ambulance. Because there are people who need it. We don't have good roadways in the country, I agree. But still, we need it, to provide quick service for our people.
That was going to be my
right now,
next question to you. Because if you're gonna have, if you're gonna have ambulance down Kolahun Health Center and from Kolahun City itself to most of those satellite towns, when we did the survey, I appreciated the terrain. The roads are very terrible. So let's say you procure an ambulance and you send it in. How do you get someone from a town, maybe behind towards the few towns close to the Bola, to the Vahun South area? How do you bring them in? Even from Fawunda or Bolahun to Kolahun itself can be very impossible sometimes. Very impossible.
You're right.
Very short distance.
You're right.
Yes.
And that's why we're having this convention tomorrow. We want to establish a satellite post where ambulance can reach. Okay. So where the ambulance cannot reach, we will tell people around our community in our area, say, hey, if you have such an issue, help to transport the patient to this satellite post. And then call in that process while you guys are coming, we'll make sure the ambulance will be available to pick up the person from that satellite post. So this convention will be setting up the satellite post for that. Okay. So that's about that. So that's the ambulance project. The next project is the armchair project. All our kids already went through in the county. In Bandiland. We have sent people there to do research. Many of our kids, 60% of them, they don't have chair. They sit on the floor to learn. So we have also earmarked to produce maybe 5,000 to 10,000 armchairs. We may even go beyond that to spread in the entire Bandiland, the 3 districts. That's what the convention will be about, to be discussing which one to give priority, And we also identified the other project that has to do with tutorial, to tutor the kids in the very high schools. We started it last year. It helped little. We learn from our mistakes. As we said, when you're doing something, it's a learning curve. So we learn from our mistakes. So we're going to make sure to upgrade what we did last year going, for to make sure that they pass the YA. Sorry, they say call it YA, right? They call it quite a while.
No,
But
it's
to pass the
WASH.
national exam, WISE, right? Yeah, right. To pass it WISE, And last year we had students from the University of Liberia going there helping to teach them. So now we want to raise funds for that, to make that a sustainable project, to make sure that all the kids in the very high school, maybe beginning from 9th grade up, to get this, to benefit.
If you don't mind, let me interrupt you a little bit. And Sylvester made one of the points that I was thinking about. If you're gonna do the ambulance, it has to be able to travel. Now that you say, you got ideas on that, talk to me a little bit about the tutoring program that you want to do. How do you intend? I know these are proposals you're taking yet to be approved at the convention, correct?
Correct.
So let's assume tonight we are at a convention now and you are making the pitch. Give us a little bit more drill down into how you intend to formalize to execute the tutorial.
Yeah, as I said, what we started last year was we have students from the university going there to teach, to help the kids study the national exam, pass exam questions. But we're going to
so then my assumption is there's no internet available yet. People got to physically go there.
Right. Okay. We started it when Dr. Jala Kennedy was, trying to teach the kids online, but as I said, internet issue, that was a problem.
Yeah.
So we're going to identify that.
He's my buddy. He's my neighbor.
Okay. Yeah. He started it with the science, and that's why he was questioning the kids. Some were picking up, but you say no materials to really help the kids. So these are what we're going to be looking at. And whatever materials you find, let me dive into that. That's why we want to build a community center, to have libraries where we have not just books, but to have computers, that the kids will be able to learn, have hands-on training, learning. That when they come from school, if you're doing research and you don't have the means, you go to the library, you go there, you do your research. You don't have to get books, but you can go on a computer, So we want to provide that in the 3 districts, have community centers, kids can go and play, will go learn new stuff, new career, that when they come from high school, they will learn something there. We identify what, program to have in the various, areas at the community centers,
One of our followers asking this question, say, you got to wait for Bwaka to win election for your bring the money lady.
No, when the Bwaka get in power, I think he got in power.
Tell him to call the person because I think the question can't run here and I can't run no.
Yeah, Weddy. Martin Weddy.
Listen, Pewee.
Don't
listen. He picking fight. They made a crewman. They left fighting business.
Martin Weddy is saying, yeah, but
Dota, no Gandhi land. Charter Dota, no Gandhi land. Anytime.
Martin Weddy. Martin Weddy said, must you wait? He meant to say for Bwaka to win election before Gandhi land face and show face.
Yeah,
what's saying it?
Listen,
in the first place,
Dr. Jacobson, don't listen to these people. Just tell your story. Stick with the story.
The buddy person, you got money name president and do the buddy name.
No, in the first place, Bwaka is not a buddy name.
Yeah, but I think he's not there, but he gave the strength to buddy name for the show face.
That's right, because that Lofana.
President.
The guy who do mutual fund, there's something they call solidarity movement. You're in a basket.
That's right.
And you're there with some good-looking stock. Sometimes the rest of you may go with solidarity and your price gets so.
But Bwaka is Bwaka is right with the border of Moneyland.
But he's an honorary. He's the uncle. He's the uncle. Let me go to the queen here so she don't become a spectator. Tell me, I'm learning a lot today about Bandi. They got to do better with a quick service meal because that doesn't sound Bandi. Quick service that either quick 7 or quick 7. They don't sound Bandi. They got to do. Any question for the president?
I thought I was going to say Tobakisa.
He's scared to say Tobaki because the nose.
No, Tobaki is a general food, but Bani has a unique food. Before the show ends, I'll get a name for you.
I said I was waiting for the Tomaki. What a beast.
The name is Bani Quest 7. Bani Quest 7.
You see, that's why education do too much education.
Tony is talking here and don't even know the name.
They may know so much.
They may not real Bani name.
No. Wait. You're right. I am the real Bani man because in the first place, let me narrate a little story.
They will impeach you. They will impeach you when you go back. You don't know their food is there. Quite service.
No. Wait. I'm coming. I am the real Bani person. Because my great grandfather established Kolahon.
Okay.
I'm from Kolahon, Old Town. Okay. My father was Masani Kolo. It's a long history where he came and settled in Fasavolu. When 3 hunters went hunting, 4 hunters went hunting for days, they could not even find a rat to kill. And they arrived at a waterfall that is behind Kolahon Old Town. They found a hippopotamus. And they killed it. It was too big to carry. They lied by it to sleep. While sleeping, they had this dream. 2 of them had this dream. A lady appeared to them in a white garment. That the land they were lying on was holy. They should go tell their master.
They had the same dream?
Yes, had the same dream. The same exact dream.
Because I was a missionary, they came
yeah, the same exact dream. The same exact dream.
The second one, a confirmation.
He said the land you lie on is holy. So go tell your master to come reside on this land. Anything he wants, we will give him. The 2 of them awoke midnight. He said, hey, and then they came to me, I had a dream. And the guy explained, so I had the same exact dream. So the 2 of them fell asleep again. The little kid with a reminder that if you forget, you will surely die.
Wow.
So when the guy didn't forget, when they told my great-grandfather in the foreign year he moved there, let me tell you, that the river, the basin they were lying by, it stayed there as we speak. It stayed there.
So that means, Mr. President, your late grandfather will be disappointed in you that you cannot call that soup name.
No, but that's a name. They call it Bani Quest 7. It's not Bani Quest 7.
I was different with you on that. There's a bandit name for it. Real bandit.
Oh my God!
Let me take you back to this.
If you want me to, I can call it Bani name, but that's not the name. But the name is Bani Quest 7.
What happened to the hippopotamus?
Let me explain that. Let me explain the hippopotamus story.
Why you think a lot of people call the guy the name they call Tobogi, and the Tobogi they got different sort of name. And everything is not it's in English.
I think you can't miss the whole story here. You can't miss this story. I know they are listening to this story right now.
No, go ahead.
Because that's the beauty of Kolahon. That's the beauty of the Bani land.
Okay.
Because we are one people. He was a warrior, and there was an issue in the Kwadu district. The one we call district right now, in the Kwadu area.
Yeah.
Group of people, some denounced the Muslim religion, so the left, they came to us. And he was the warrior. He brought our group with him, and they settled in Fasavolu. That's what I'm telling you. So there was no trap they call bandit. There was no bandit trap. He brought the bandit trap. That's why we are so small. We're not big. Okay. The bandit people. Yeah. Because he was the only one that brought our language. Here, his entourage are the one that came and they spread out. But let me tell you about that Bezin that
so
they led to them to watch it.
Those Muslims that left on the Kwandi now and came with him.
They were not Muslim. They were not Muslim. They refused. No, they said they didn't want the Muslim religion.
Okay, because that's how they came. I want to ask the question: we do have some Bandi Muslim. How that came about?
Oh, I will come. That's why I'm telling you now. Get a story. It's good. I want
to your program.
Yeah, I think you think we should focus on now. You have to go to the program.
I think they need to focus on. I want to go to the program.
Okay, let's go to the program.
Okay. Because when you read the program, you talk about the history.
Let's go to the program. How many other times?
Let's do the history.
Yeah, call me another time for that history.
Right. Let's get back on topic.
Because I will also tell you why we call the Kisi people our uncle. I will also tell you that story.
About history.
No, I will also tell you that history. Why we call the Kisi people our uncle. So when you call me, I will give you I have written whole book. I just need to edit and publish.
Okay.
Yeah, about the body land. So I will give you the detail. But let's go to the convention. So as I was saying,
who's the DJ? We want to know the DJ. How many DJs? We're gonna drink because I'm coming to party. I'm bringing my red shoes.
Before you talk about the DJ, let me ask questions there. The one you already said. So you didn't talk about a theme of the convention. So tell me about the team first, or tell us about a team.
Yeah, the theme is basically about bringing bandy liners together for development.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And you
that,
go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, bringing bandy liners together for development in Bandy Land.
Okay.
And this is all Bandy people, you know, so it's not just one person. It's bringing all the Bandy liners. We could be a Kisi person living on the Bandy Land. We're bringing all Bandy liners together for development in Bandy Land.
Okay, awesome. But you also mentioned that you guys have 9 projects. So so 9 seem like a lot. So is it 9 projects? Even though you guys have it, you said, according to priorities, but is it 9, projects for 1 year, for 2 years, or on a 3-year plan? Even though you guys gonna vote which come first, but just 9. Tell us more about this. What is it on? 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years? What plan are you talking about here?
The ambulance project is immediate. So the ambulance project going to be like 3 months, 6 months.
But the 9 projects are on 1 year plan.
Yeah, like the tutorial project. This is going to be ongoing project. We're going to start that also. That might even be immediate. I don't know. It depends on the convention. We may say that should be the one, or it should be the ambulance project. The convention will decide. I don't want to decide for everybody right now.
So pretty much you're launching 1 project a month. Those are heavy lifts. And 1 project a month, and 1 project a month. Okay.
Yeah. Also, it depends on the funding, though.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's a heavy lift, because those are big projects in 1 year period. That's a lot, but we'll be following. Last question in our end of this. I mean, is the organization registered? Is it a 501(c)(3) institution?
We are non-profit. We registered 2022. We filed a 501(c)(3) last year. We're still waiting for it to be approved. We are almost there. We have done the back and forth with the IRS. So we are at the final stage right now. The next thing will be either, hey, we have sent a mail for you to receive a 501(c)(3) approval. So there where we are right now. So right now we depend on member contribution for now. That's all.
It take you a whole year to get your
well, maybe he did a long form. When you do the long form, it can take that long, 9 months, maybe a year.
And secondly, it is once you have your EIN number, and we can contribute towards while you're. But let's talk about the number here. I have been part of many of the.
So contribution will be oh, you get your EIN, so I gotta fight to get it now.
No, they got it. They got an EIN number already.
Oh, they got it already?
Yeah, they have it already.
Long time.
The question is that $100,000 is very ambitious in our community here to raise that money, and I appreciate you setting your goal very high. $100,000 is a lot to raise. With a bigger organization, with a smaller organization, even harder. So what is plan B? Let's say you want to raise $100,000, but you were able to realize with a $10,000. What is the fallback? What is the default position?
Yes. So at this convention, as you said, you're right. We may not raise that money. So what we have done is that we have identified people among us who we think have deep pockets. So we will ask them. Like one of them is even making negotiation right now for the ambulance.
Like Johnny?
No, I don't want to call him right now. One person among with the deep pocket is making a negotiation for the ambulance right now in Japan. So we will
brand new ambulance you want to buy? Brand new?
Come again? We want to buy brand new ambulance. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we want to do. Okay. So one person among all who has deep pocket, as I said, is already making a negotiation. Now, if we don't raise this money, we will rally among ourselves again, as we have been doing in the past. We have been rallying among ourselves. Whenever we have issue or anything we want to do on our writing and meaning projects, we always rally among ourselves. And also, it has been an ongoing payment, $500 for all bandy liners to pay $500, and that becoming we will be paying money all the time. So we'll continue doing that until we get our 501(c)(3), which is the heavyweight for us. that will really help us to move the organization forward. Because with that, we can raise grants, we can get donations. Yeah, so that's our fallback, So
Quick
we are
question.
fighting. Yeah.
Quick question. People watching this show, if they want to help, like my brother Sylvester, who from Lofa, what can they send the cash out or things like that?
We have a bank account. We got Zelle. So we can provide that.
The information, we don't have it on the screen, like your contact number, your email address, your Zelle, your WhatsApp, your.
I can do that. I guess what when I go off, but I can do that right now if you want me to do that. And what when I go off,
you never know. You never know. We got some very rich people.
We got a lot of Ghanaian people watching.
With a given a very successful business, and he's generous. Maybe he will get.
That's good. Yeah.
Gayman has called me first and he said, "Man, what do you think, my Jerome brother? I want to do something for those people. Looking at giving 1,005. That's reasonable." I said, "It's no problem."
Yeah, that's great. We appreciate it. If I don't want to raise money.
You see that dream in Ghanaian land, or the same dream there.
Talking about people watching.
And let me call some big names. Let me call some big names that will be speaking to the convention, whether or not they attend it. But I told them to record their statement, 3 to 5 minute statement to send to me.
Yeah, before you call it big name, you got money land finance minister now. What is he doing?
But I want to say he's one of those. If he's listening right now, he is on the program to speak. In fact, the first person I have on the program for the fundraising rally is Senator Joseph Jala for Lofa County. He's the first I have on the program, followed by Augustine Gafon.
But point. Let me engage you on this one. I know you extended invitation to those Baniland citizens, right?
Yeah,
did they respond to the invitation that they were going to?
Yeah, they did. The only thing is that someone said they may not come, but they will contribute.
Did Senator Pato Jara agree to attend the program?
No, he's not attending the program, but he's going to be launching the fundraising rally. Though he's not attending, that's why he will recall his speech, and then he will make a donation. He will make a donation, to the organization.
That's what the Minister of Finance, because I'm told he's going to be in for the Association of Liberian Journalists program in Maryland sometime this week or next week. Is he attending your program also?
We spoke to him this morning. He may not, but he's going to. He will be speaking at the convention by way of technology, and he's one of the person who depending on for the fundraising. Dopoh Jala, Momo Shafakbuto, Honorable Clarence Massaquoi, the deputy governor for Central Bank, James Whitford. Yeah, so those are big names,
Well, let me just say here, since Dr. Pewee,
but all the men you call it, how to spend money?
Money man is not how to spend money. Money man will spend money for your cost.
Put your friend on blast like that.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Put them on blast.
Let me say this to be frank: the Bandi land people, the Dopoh you just called, they have to spend a couple again.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'm telling you something serious.
Money man is not how to spend money. Money man want to spend money for your cost.
Well, guess
reasonable
what?
Reasonable cost.
If you are from the Bandi land, you've been challenged by your cousin and your nephew from the Loma land. They are telling you you hold your hand too tight.
No, but listen, the president would disagree with what I'm saying, but for a fact he will, and listen. I would challenge the president. Those he called, these are all very high-profile government officials. If all those give more than $5,000, I will give $1,500.
Okay, that's good.
All those needs.
That's it. Pewee, Pewee, I stand with you.
No,
Pewee, I stand with you. Pewee, I stand with you on that. I stand with you.
$5,000. Any of them. Give $5,000.
So Doctor, you can see you already got 3,000 in the pocket. I mean, Johnny and
that's
but
good.
let me just say this. I'm not speaking for the CMC, but just to let you know that my political leader is watching. I didn't even know that the Honorable Musa Hassan Bility is watching.
That's right.
The CMC we are talking to.
What are you giving?
Talk it, do. Show the money. Show the money now.
Listen, Honorable is in town. He's in the DC area as we speak.
Exactly.
So you better get in touch with him. He's in the DC area as we speak.
Yeah, as we speak.
Our organization is not political.
No, but he's not
political. But we can take money for NSO.
But listen now, you talk about Johnny Play. You talk about the Garguah. All these people are all political people. So what are we talking about?
Oh yeah, political people. No. I know where the conversation is going. That's why I want to get started.
No. They are humanitarian too. Right. So reach out to everybody. Listen.
Right.
When I was at the United Way, they said knock on every door. You don't know which is going to open.
Which one open to you exactly?
Don't say, well, this man, that politician, I can't knock on it. You don't know. You want help? Knock on every door. If all opens, you're doing fine. If 50%,
you're right.
That's right.
Knock on every door.
Thank you so much.
Get in touch with Alexander Benedict Cummings. He's here.
That is correct.
Get in touch with Musa Ability. He's here. Anybody, just hit them up. If I call Dr. Peabody, hit him up too.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Peabody does a lot of development in Africa, in Liberia.
I look at the money. Look at the man.
If you guys ever need help with building a hand pump in your area, I'll be glad to do that on our next project.
Thank you.
And another Bassa man with plenty of money right here. He love to give money away. Right here.
Got you money.
This Garguah man. You want to build a hotel in Bani land? I hear right there. He build a hotel for you. Quick service.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's welcome Honorable Garguah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I've been following. Great show.
Yes. We have our uncles, our nephews, and our cousins from Lofa, Maniland specifically. They are launching their initial inaugural fundraiser ball, and they are here to invite. First, they say charity begins at home.
Correct.
So they are beginning with all the Bandi folks. Then they spread out now to their cousins, the Loma, the Gisi, the Kisi. If you're Kwani Boni, you want to, everybody need to help. Because remember, if we save one child in Bandi land, we have saved a child in Lofa.
Yeah.
And Liberia by extension. So this thing we call charity and cool, the cool, you help, we all come to your house, we brush your farm, we plant the cassava. Then when my time comes, we can do the same thing. They don't ask whether you're from Bass or the guy here needs help to brush his farm, we just go and brush it. That's what this is all about. The Bandi folks need to do something. They need ambulance. I would gladly see, you listed two of those. If somebody has interest, if your parents, your wife, your sister, your mother have problems during delivery time, transporting herself to the nearest hospital, then you need to invest in the transportation issue.
Yeah.
That is special interest to you. If you had a son or daughter who could not pass the WISE or the WIRED exam, then the tutorial part is good for you to invest in that. When I was training in the United Way in fundraising, that's how we cut it up in piecemeal. If your parents, if your mother suffer from Alzheimer, we advise you to invest in Alzheimer research. So that's how you cut it to pieces. So if I don't want to do the whole thing, but I want to do ambulance specifically because it's dear to my heart, I want to invest in that. So this is why we are asking everybody, whether you are from Lofa, Grand Bassa, these folks are doing something that has affected everybody. Whether you're in the same problem they have in Bandiland is the same problem we have in Bassa, in Nimba, in Lofa, in Cape Mount. So it is their turn to have their convention. They are asking us to support them. The next time when you have it here, they will support you. So Dr. Yakesin and the folks are here asking us.
So you guys don't have like a cash app where people can send you guys cash?
We do, and I don't just want to go off this thing. I could show you all. Let me try again.
Please, please,
I will not go off. Hold on.
tell me. I want to deputize you to work with Dr. Yegerson from now on to help him put all of these things together. So when we come the next time, the website, the cash out, the Zelle, everything is ready to go.
Right.
Well, I'm not for buying land, but I would just make a contribution. If you send me the cash, I'll give you $50.
There you go.
Johnny is a part of our team. If you send me a cash, I'll definitely will send you $50 on behalf of the closing argument. On behalf of the closing argument.
Put it on the screen. Yeah,
and put it on here, and on behalf of the closing document, I will send you $100 now. So if you put it there,
Thank you. I'm so excited, man. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I can't believe what's happening.
Well, we gotta help each other.
So text it to Johnny. Johnny will put it in the private chat.
And
text
Johnny,
it to Johnny in the private chat.
Progressive Sylvester will give a contribution.
The way you're rushing, you're giving 50, 100 on time. You got me get 1,000. You bury all of you.
Yeah, man, please embarrass me. Pewee, please embarrass me. I want to be embarrassed today on the show. I want to be embarrassed. Please embarrass me. Dr. Pewee, I want to be embarrassed. I want to be embarrassed in public. Please embarrass me. Send $1,000.
Yeah, you know how we can raise the phone. We can put the other boy again.
The chief neo-progressive financial officer of the closing argument.
The man uncle that president, so you can pledge anything.
The president will make a contribution. He's the chief.
Yeah, the uncle that told me, I said, nephew, slow down. Don't talk. I'm calling them.
You see, I'm working. I'm wearing my uncle hat. I'm working Joseph Walker hat today.
You dropped it.
Uncle Joseph Walker gave something to our people over here. Do something.
Right, Johnny, you dropped the line. I'll make a contribution too, but I'm not going to say it here. I'll make a contribution.
Yeah, drop the line here. We'll be able
how we do it here on the closing argument. That's how we do it here. We help
drop the line here.
I will drop you guys a line in the next few minutes, and you guys will know how to do it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this happening.
The CMC boys don't play.
You see,
the money is green over there. The money is green.
All right, so just so you know, Sylvester, we got CMC women too, CMC girls too.
When I say CMC boys, nobody say the CMC guy. When I say boys, I mean everybody included now. Yeah, but you know, it's what we call dialogue diplomacy. That's
ladies and gentlemen, we have our brothers and sisters, and Johnny, the next time you come, I want to see some Bani women over here too. It's not just an all male thing. We want to see some Bani women, okay?
Yeah, no, I mean we had it organized. It's just that our first schedule did not hold, so we had 3 Bani women from the U.S. that were prepared to come on the show along with just the chairman. But because of the schedule that changed, and today is the meet and greet, so they are busy doing preparation of food for everything tomorrow. You know. What happens in the U.S. is typically the Liberian and Bani women getting involved with all the food preparation. You know, so that's how we have them. But after this convention, the post-convention interview will be having women and men on the show with you. I can show you that.
Thank you very much. Guys, Johnny, where is Dr. Yegerson for his party comment? Believe it or not, it's almost 8 o'clock. Today is Friday. Tomorrow is Family Day. We'll shut it down at 8. And then if we want to do the post, like we always do, Dr. Peabody or anybody else who want to come and do the midnight thing, you can pick it up from there. And
go. The midnight thing tonight. I don't do it. 2 minutes the midnight man. He Robert.
Okay. Chief Tomalin, if you want to do that, that's fine. But we'll close it down today at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it will be okay.
Yeah, so we can have time. So we can have time to go to the meet and greet. Remember, I gotta go taste that soup. That quick service. That's the name of the Bani soup.
No, the name. I just got the name now. I call my uncle back in Lofa. He told me.
I'm gonna put that cash out in there for forget. Then I said, when you send the money back, man, want to do it for the forget.
No, I mean I can. In the next few minutes, you get a cash out address come to you. In the chat room, you send the money. No worry, you get it pretty soon from me. You will see it in the next few minutes. And the name of the food is called Puyangi. In Bani.
Shame on you, man. Shame on you, Johnny.
But and I try
No,
you
but
guys, you know, and
I made declaration. I told you guys that I don't speak Bani because I was born and raised in Loma. If a Loma, I have no mistake in Loma. But Bani is my father's tribe. That's why I'm part of the Bani people. But I was born and raised in Loma land, and so everything I know about Lofa is typically Loma tradition and Loma everything. People knows that our people can speak Loma on the show, but I don't speak Bani. So now I'm learning Bani now because my father wrote Bani book in both English and Bani. That's why I'm using to learn my Bani little by little. So thank you, but I just called my uncle Bani Kulaho. He said the school is called Puyangi. Thank you.
Puyangi. And I knew that
Yes.
Let me see, man. Your whole book and you can't even call
Johnny got Bani green card. He not a real Bani, he's a Bani green card holder. Somebody gave him Bani green card. But ladies and gentlemen, let's talk some stuff here. Let's talk about this sport. I thought, when it comes to sports, I like Tommy and George to be here, but let's talk about this issue. This one here, it's a very good one. This young man made it all the way to play for Arsenal, and he's a Liberian, and the Liberian people called him up to come and play for the Lone Star, and he declined. And there are many of these kids abroad whose parents are Liberian, but they themselves were born, in the diaspora. So there's a dichotomy, there's a disconnect between our children representing the motherland and their place of birth. How does a child in Liberia accept a well-successful young man who has international acclaim? The same thing we are going through. If Telvi goes home today and say, I want to do is it, there they go again, then I come from America, then I can take all the job and this and that. So the people got that dislike for us coming from the diaspora. So this young man was asked to come home to basically, maybe because of the status of the team he played for, he may most likely be the captain of the team, but he declined to play. Same thing like we are sons, right? He preferred to play for the United States than the Republic of Liberia. What do we do?
So let me chime in on that, because I think I got some information because I follow sports extensively. So number one, he has not arrived yet. He's not internationally acclaimed just yet. He's playing for Arsenal under 21.
Yes, but the idea that he has made it that far alone, that's success.
So, and he's not at this place to be captain. The captain for the Lone Star right now is another young man who is 20. I think Oscar Dolo. Oscar Dolly is about 25 or so, 26 years old, and he currently plays in the UEFA Champions League. I think he's the third Liberian, the fourth Liberian to ever play in a UEFA Champions League, which is Europe's most elite league. So he's the captain. Now, what Thomas Kojo did was they sent this kid who plays for Arsenal under 21 as he's a striker. He's a number 9, to come and honor the game that Liberia won 3-1. One of the games Liberia won against Namibia and Equatorial Guinea, which will be held on Sunday. What he told the LFA was that he appreciates the invitation, but he needed more time to decide his international career, which is understandable. So what that means is, because he is still playing for Arsenal under 21, he's not 21 years old yet. He more than likely wants to see how far his career goes, to decide whether or not he plays for Liberia, England, and he's also eligible to play for Ghana as well, because I think one of his parents are from Ghana, while one of his parents are from Liberia. So he didn't necessarily say, I'm not coming, or I don't want to play for Liberia. He's asking for more time to be able to make that international decision, because once he represents Liberia, that means essentially he can no longer play for England, or he can no longer play for Ghana. So I think that's what that conversation is about. But what we are not doing right is that we don't have international scouts. When you look at the Ghanaian and the Nigerian teams, they have international scouts in these countries. They are able to purchase the plane ticket of their managers to go to these different countries. They have scouts in these different countries to engage Ghanaians or people from London or any other country with Ghanaian heritage or Nigerian heritage. The same thing with Cape Verde. Cape Verde is on the verge of qualifying for the World Cup. This is the same Cape Verde a few years ago we used to flock like hell. Today, Cape Verde in the same group as Cameroon is top that zone. And if they win the last game next week, they will make history. This is an island we're talking about. They will make history qualifying for the World Cup against Cameroon for the very first time. But 80% of the team that they currently have right now are from Spain. They're from Spain. So they were able to go out there and recruit, and they're not playing in the top division. They're playing in the second division, third division, but the league in Spain, second, third, are still better than the domestic league, right? So they were able to recruit these players. We have not been able to do that. There are many, many, many kids. Hajar Wright, who plays in the championship. He now plays for the United States. Darlington Nagbe, who Joe Nagbe, son, Lone Star former captain. He went ahead and played for the U.S. as well. All of these players, Timothy Weah, of course, all of these players, we have a lot of players. A young kid from Brooklyn Park. He's now representing the USA at the Under-20 World Cup right now as we speak. Another kid who was born, both parents are Liberians, but he was born here in the US. So we need to put in place the mechanism. We need to put in place, we need to invest in sports so that these young kids are able to say, you know what, I need to represent Liberia right now, because we're not at the level yet. I believe Sonia Jr., who plays for Arsenal on the 21, he's still looking at the possibility that he might make the Arsenal senior team, or he might get some in another Premiership team, and that there's a possibility England might call him or Ghana might call him. Both countries are more advanced soccer-wise than Liberia, so that's the decision he wants to make.
Great. Nagbe, before I go to Sylvester here, they are saying here, Sago Jr. name emerged during the LFA wider effort to identify and engage players of Liberian descent abroad through a talent development scheme, a program designed to scout and solve the problem of integration top prospect into the Liberian national team. This is what we are talking about. Not only that you have to scout them, but how do you integrate them? How do you, that's why they are doing Ghana, like you said, they have done that. They have done it very well. Liberia is new. How do we do this, Victor?
Yeah, I mean, I quite frankly, Robert is. I mean, he gave a lot of detail that I was not even aware of. Some of the complications involved in straddling both worlds. You want to give back to your your country of origin, and yet your country of residence. You got to also balance that out. But more importantly, these children have to make a living. This is their career you're talking about. This is their life. So they will make decisions that will best, I understand, love of country and respect is there, but if the country is unable as yet to fill in the gap financially, I think the children will choose that side that gives them financial stability. I would prefer they choose country over money, but that's unrealistic. People have to live, they have to survive. Some of these people, as young as they are, their parents, the family is also already dependent on them and all of that. So there's a lot that goes into that, and I like what Robert said. I'm totally unaware of this story, but what he's saying is this kid is not saying no, but he needs time to figure things, to sort things out. I think that's understandable. And I think that's honorable as well. He didn't just, dismiss the calls for him to come and play for his side, but he's saying, I got to figure this out and see how it works before I situate myself, and I respect that. So I agree with you. In this country here, they have, I think we call them scouts back when they call them boosters here. But these people, they have enormous resources. Some of them, they are sponsored by these big corporations, but the ones who recruit for the colleges, they go to the high school level and all that, and begin to scout the talent, and make all kinds of offers for these children that will move them towards, in their corner. And then, from the college level, you have these professional teams, making their page. And now in this country, for a long time, the collegiate folk, athletics was not being paid. They started first with image and likeness, but now, apparently they've won. So even the guys in college now, I think they're now going to get paid. During the days of people like, my brother Bush from New Orleans, I forgot his first name. You know, they didn't get paid, but now, so it's all about forging a path that will give you, stability. If we can find a way to do that and still represent our country, I think it will be an easy decision for the children. But I understand the young fellows, situation, and I respect that. I think, like you started saying, Jerome, we need to figure out a way that will make our side look a little bit more attractive than it looks now, in order for it to be an easy decision for these children to choose country over, anything else.
Tavi, my son played college basketball, got great college, 14th offer. He played at the highest level. And I asked him in 2018 to go to Liberia to help with the basketball team development, all that. And I needed to get permission from the university, from his school, from the basketball team. The questionnaire they sent me, I called the Ministry of Sports. And then they asked me, I talked to some lady, I think her name was Miss Tutman, Baku Tutman, some kind of name she was. She's a promoter. So the question to her was, do they have facilities for college kids to come and get involved in life? And they came back that we didn't have any facilities. And they told the kids, if you win and you got hurt, you will lose your scholarship. Mm-hmm. You are here because you're here to perform. Right. You get, your tuition is $60,000 a year. And we are affording the thing plus everything else. Mm-hmm. If you go to Liberia and your knee mess up, it's done. You're done. Well, so these kids at this level, they're going to get big money coming in. Going to Liberia to play is risky.
Very, very risky.
It is risky. You're talking about $10-15 million a year to go play for country, break your knee. There's no medical system. There's no insurance. There's no backup system. I don't see any reason at this point, until we put those things in place, that anybody at that level will go to the country. Your take on it?
No, I totally agree. I don't think we should subject our children to that, because we love country. We want to teach them where we're coming from and the tradition and everything else. I don't think so. The risks are very high. I think no. So the government have to put those processes in place, and make it an enabling environment for our children. The things that we can tolerate, our children cannot tolerate that. I'll tell you, Mr. Gayman, even sometimes when I'm talking Liberian politics, how we can get so emotional. My daughter, one time one of my daughters looked at me and said, "Mommy, what are you talking? Why are you wasting your time? All of this? Why can't you go do something else?" Toward them, because they were raised here. They came here very small. They don't understand me. They were raised in the culture, but they're different. What they understand here, what they see here is totally different. If you look at eat a cassava, the potato grain, everything, but no. So we have to make that environment good for them, for them to go there. We're not going to drag our children, they say, oh, because I love our country, because my daughter used to play lacrosse and field hockey. Say, can't go to Liberia, go teach the Liberian children how to play lacrosse and field hockey. No, we're not going to do that. So we have to have those processes in place, have a program, and have a layout, and somebody who will be able to protect them, that will come back, and will come back safe in every way, whether, verbal harm, working on harm, every harm, that they will not be caught between the scissors in Liberia, because the risks are high. So I totally agree to the gentleman. You know, when you look at the risk and the benefit, the risk outweigh the benefits. Why should he give up his what he is now and what is to come, his bright future, to take the risk to go to Liberia just because of love for country? No, I don't think so. So I don't think he should.
I know at the foreign ministry, this one may fall on your lap to go sell the image of the country, convince other folks to do, because that diplomacy part of it, you see, your department covers the entire country. The Ministry of Labor Youth is only the labor part of it, the youth part of it. How do you sell Liberia's image, convince the young folks like Timothy Weah and those kids that, listen, you just signed a $20 million contract, but can you come and play for your country? How do you convince? First of all, is it possible?
Absolutely, it's possible. And I've been taking some time. From the time I was in the University of Liberia, I was almost headed to be a sports journalist at a certain time when I followed Hilary, Justin, Kono, and the rest of the guys doing most of those things. It's something I've researched a lot, and in the term of sport diplomacy, but it's basically very possible. But we Liberians, we are very peculiar sort of people. Very peculiar. And I've sat and discussed it with some Ghanaians of African journalists. There was a time I was in Johannesburg. We had in Durban, we had this conversation about this. You only see a Guinean born to a Guinean family in outside of Guinea. When their kids are born, that the talent is there. They will take the talent back home to basically do. Now, most of the reason why we see these things happen is that it's quite unfortunate. There's been a growing debate about this. The kid we discussing now is that he's not going to go to Liberia. The parents say he's not going to go to Liberia. Now he's trying to weigh between if the English people will give him the opportunity, or the last option going to be Ghana. He's not going to go Liberia. He's not going to go. That excuse is just that they've concluded on that already. They happened, and one of the where I was very disappointed, and I would say this openly.
But why you think he should go Pewee? Because he's born Liberian?
We have a lot of other talent children.
But are you considering the risk though?
That's not what a risk. If other African family would do their kids, send them to go play back. What a risk? Just to go play and go back.
Of course.
He's not going to live.
If he's 3 and 4,
let me say this to you.
Pewee,
career done.
I faced that, and I couldn't afford to leave $400,000 on the table with my son. I couldn't afford to pay the kind of tuition they were giving him. So I take the risk for him to go break his knees?
Granted, and I know sometimes on city things people want to counter it, but let me say this: I don't know the detail of his contract with Arsenal for now, but in every contract that will be signed by international football player, there's room, and FIFA opened that. If you went to rules, I can't sack the rule exactly of FIFA. FIFA even did some modification of that. That players of the national team will have to come. It is a responsibility of the club to allow the team take break to come in and meet international responsibilities, right?
Yes.
So in part of the contract, there's a part of I don't know the detail of his contract.
Yes, it is. You're right. You're right.
In part of the contract, you also going to have some protection there if you came to take responsibility of these things. So it is not, but I agree and I respect the family decision. One of the areas I was very disappointed, our former president's sons. Why you think he couldn't groom his son to come play for the national team? They won't do it. Why you think? That's a huge risk. Why you think? But then why is it? Most of the major talent today you see in Guinea, Senegal, Mali, these are children that were born in Paris, France. Some of them born in Canada, Montreal, Canada. Some of them here in the US. They went back home and they do very well.
Because of the environment, Pewee.
You
got the children that even local in your own country, that they can't even pay the children hotel bill, they can't get the transportation, nothing.
I'm coming to some of those things, and that is the unfortunate part we have to do. Now, those are scouting or the talent identification agents, we have to do more for our country. And I agree now from the home front in terms of start paying for the players. I mean, it's not a good thing for the government. The government will have to really do some work to push up the LFA to meet most of the responsibility. The players will have to be well taken care of. If they are home, they should be, well taken care of hotel, their meal, their staffing, or their security should be guaranteed while they are there. On a serious note. But Jerome, let me take you back also to some of those areas, some American team of when they go on camp, they take some kids from here, carry them in the remotest part of Africa. They do some of these things to open their horizon also, to meet some stiff challenges ahead. But it doesn't create the room that our government has not been doing this, our government has not been doing that. We agree. But sometimes we all blow the way we think our kid will respond to things. Like Tavi was saying, Jenna, if her daughter saw her debating on the Sunday, she said, man, why are you doing that? But Tavia, when you remind your little daughter also that witness American news and see their gesticulations when they are discussing politics. So, probably maybe we're trying to just learn half of it from here. They are more emotional in discussing politics than we do. More emotional. See that when they're discussing politics. Watch Fox News, for instance. Watch CNN, for instance, see them. But gotta watch Fox News, watch One American News and all those things. So the problem is that we have to allow our children to be exposed and take some hard decisions. But I do agree that the government should play the hard role to do some things. Like we have the Senegalese young. Look at the beginning of coming out. I really wanted him to play, but then it didn't work. But I knew. Look at what they picking from William from Canada.
Oh, Jonathan Williams.
Yes.
No, Davis.
Alfonso Davis.
Alfonso Davis. Yeah, Alfonso Davis. So all those things. So we have to. It's a serious challenge for us. It's a serious challenge. But let me say this: that young man will try the best. We have the best talent identification team. Will engage. Will do that. He's not going to, because they believe two things. Okay, you have one of the factors will play again, and I'm not really responsible for that. They believe we have not done sufficient things to explore the talent and make our football very successful. That we will never qualify for one African Cup of Nations. So we will all be done. And every player that want to be playing in those top leagues want to be seen competitive in international matches also. They want to be going to international championship, like the African Cup of Nations, like the World Cup. I begin to think that I can play for Arsenal. If I go to Liberia, I will never be seen on international.
So the fix of that is that take care of your local players.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Take care of them, and then you can see.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I agree. We have to encourage them to.
Pewee, one of the things that you see, if you have made it to the big league and your contract is sealed, your insurance is there. But when you are the under 19 and you have not made it and you're on your way up, it's the most dangerous time in your career when you get hurt. And I will show you this photo. This is my son, okay? And when the decision was made, you have not made it yet. We are spending all this money to develop for you to do this. If something happens, you lose. There's no safety net because you have not made it.
I agree.
But for the young folks who have not made it yet, you see like Drogba, what about from Guinea? I think Drogba or whatever his name is, Pogba. Yeah, Pogba have done very well. He's a mega star. His money is sealed, is guaranteed, so he can take chance. But when you
he cannot. They will come. He cannot, because listen, if you going up the line to the big league, the moment you play for one of those national teams, because you have to get engaged, and that's the rule. If you play for, let's say, Pogba can never play for his African ancestral home now. No, because he played for the French team. He can never play. He's not qualified as per the rule now. He's not qualified to ever play until maybe they change the rule tomorrow. So the reason why those teams, those countries will engage these very progressive upcoming talents is to allow them they will absorb them for either to play for their honor, this, honor that. Then eventually they will matriculate towards the hit the standard of or project to the standard of the national team. Then you get fit in, because you don't want, like Mr. Weirson can never play for Liberia again, never ever. So that's the rule. Until we change the rules, we start to change the rule tomorrow. We have to engage at this level. I got to get mature. No, we got to cut the talent, and that's what those agents will have to do.
Yeah, go ahead, Robert.
So the I think Sylvester he's familiar with the conversation as well. Listen, there are risks, and I get it, especially when you have not signed professional contracts. So I get the risk. To be honest with you, I love soccer so much, and I love my two favorite teams, Manchester United,
And
which is
Chelsea.
my no, I can never support Chelsea. Not even on my dead body. I can never ever
Your
support
favorite
Chelsea.
team, your favorite team, soft for you.
Whatever. I can never in my life support Chelsea. Even my life depend on it. So don't even call it.
Oh, look
Don't
at
even go that way.
you
But
will still on. You will still on
but
Isaac.
Manchester United and my favorite national team is Lone Star.
Obviously.
My favorite national team is Lone Star. If I had a son in this country and he was a professional soccer player, I would encourage my son to go back home to play. The problem is not only is that and by the way, TFE, when you get to when with the professional level, like Sylvester said, and your country call you to represent them, the club team cannot hold them back. Even if you were injured, if the club team said, "Hey, this person was playing last week, they got injured," the country can demand the country medical team the national team medical team can demand that I go to the country so that they can do their own assessment to determine whether or not I'm fit to play. Because a lot of these club teams don't like when their players go, especially when there's an active league going on like the Premier League, because they're afraid that they might lose this player to an injury. So sometimes they'll fake injury and things like that. But FIFA just recently approved $300 million that will go to clubs that have players on international duties, and the $300 million that goes to this club, they are for insurance in case there's an injury that happens. The difference between big countries like the U.S., Ghana, and other countries than Liberia is they don't have more talent than we do, but they have invested in the sports from the foundation level all the way up. So like the under 15 program, the under 17 program, the under 20 program, and so forth and so on. We have not done that. But look at the Ghanaian national team. They year brothers. Two of those guys were born in Great Britain. But both of them, even though they were talented enough, they could have either represented the French national team where they grew up and where they were born, I heard, or they could have represented England. But from the Genesis, the father had those kids going on vacation in Ghana. So they understood Ghana, they speak the local language. And by the time the French national team started to recruit them on the under 17, under 15, they already knew that Ghana was their choice. At the time, Ghana was not going to the World Cup. But the Ghanaian government, the Nigerian government, Senegalese, and so forth and so on, they are able to invest in scouts in those countries because they understand that they have more Nigerians in London. America is our own country. There are thousands of Liberians here. You mean to tell me that the LFA, in collaboration with the government, cannot invest in a local Liberian scout to be able to identify, and this is where the diaspora can come in this collaboration, because you have all these young talent. There's a young boy who plays for Atlanta United, and his father, Prince Blumbo, he just left college, and he was signed. I was trying to have him come to Liberia to play, and he's willing to play. But they're still talking about this risk because one, his professional contract is not solidified yet because he has not made to the senior team, which is the case of this kid in Arsenal. And two, they're looking at the possibility, can Liberia qualify for the African Cup of Nations? Because when you go to the African Cup of Nations, you are exposed to more international scouts. Those people watch you playing and they want to inquire, who is this kid? I want to sign this kid. Unlike if you are not at the African Cup of Nations or the World Cup, you are not exposed. These players want to play for the national team, but they have to be strategic, which is the reason why you see Alfonso David playing for Canada, because had he been representing Liberia, he would not have made the World Cup. But I want to bring this home a little bit. We had the only player in Africa that ever became world best. Let's think about this. And at the time George Weah became world best, There were a lot of countries that were encouraging him to represent them. That was the best player in the world, came from Liberia, poor Liberia. And at the time, Liberia were in war. He could have gone the easy route and represented France. At the time, the rules were not as strict as they are right now.
Yeah, rules were not strict.
They were not strict. Italy wanted him as well.
France wanted him big
France
time.
wanted him. He could have easily gone that route, just like they were able to persuade all of the other African players that have played for them, most of whom went there for greener pasture. They went there when they were 10, 15 years old, and they became so talented. Same thing happened with Zidane. He fled Algeria. He wasn't born in France. He was born in Algeria. But when he got there and the French Federation saw him play, they said, this guy, this is a talent. And that's how they started investing in him. And by the time the Algerian heard about his talent, the French had already snapped him. Today, his son, who is a goalkeeper, just at 28 years old, finally decided to go and represent Algeria because he knows now that the French national team will never call him because there's so much talent there. So what this kid is doing, he's trying to pick his battle. He's trying to make sure he don't make a premature decision. He might represent Liberia, but he want to make sure that there's a possibility that might play at the World Cup. And what are those two countries that might qualify for World Cup over Liberia? England or Ghana, even though Ghana is struggling right now, but those are the two countries that have been multiple times. If I make the World Cup, my career gets better. But the homegrown talent, when Liberia beat Namibia yesterday, I want to just say this and I'll close on this. 3 of the players that play on that team were under 19. Emmanuel Foley, 19-year-old kid, he was a part of the famous under 17 Keita under 17, where the program started. Emmanuel Ghana, he now plays in he got signed for in Sweden, professional contract. He's currently on loan in Norway. Emmanuel Foley just recently got signed to a 3-year professional contract to a UEFA Champions League team and the champion of Czech Republic, 19-year-old. And you also had another kid, but there are also 2 other kids right now playing. Like you recently got signed, Ali, the Sudanese giant, Africa giant. All of these players were part of the under 17 formation. About 10 of them. Emmanuel Siet, he's in Saber. All of these teams, we got talent at home. And they're talented. Without African combination, if these players are able to go to Europe and get signed for professionally, what do you think will happen if the government were to invest 50 million in all of the different programs? What do you think will happen? So I'm not worried about the outside talent. I think we got plenty of them at home. What I am worried about is how do we get them as young as they are, where we don't have to compete with Ghana, America, or England? That's the question. Patriotism is good, but strategically too, you have to understand that these parents are investing just like you. These parents are investing a lot of money, and they would like to have some return on their investment. So when it comes to these kids just going back home at 20 and making the decision to represent Liberia, it's very, very difficult. Mohamed Sangari was at Newcastle when he represented Liberia. Today, he's 26 years old. He was at Newcastle United in England, and he made the decision. He said, you know what? I'm not going to wait to make the senior national team. I will go represent Liberia. Will Liberia call him? He went to Liberia, represented Liberia. Today, he still plays in England. He might play in the lower league, but he still plays in England, and he's representing Liberia. Another kid who left Liberia when he was a baby and grew up in London. But we need to have a program where we have scouts in these different countries to encourage them to be a part of the formation, so that they are comfortable in the environment.
And quickly, Mr. Gayman, on that, and I agree around 100%, right? So we all just got. I got a son also that is also in the team. He loves soccer and doing a lot of things to also get projected at the higher level beyond that. But one of the things, and we all collectively have to find the means, because sometimes if those kids got the talent and there's no means to link them to the appropriate team or the way forward, it can be difficult to explore some of the talent that remain, right, in that way and manner. So we have to project, and that's why we have to develop a lot of strategies moving forward to see it, get them out. Because if most of them found themselves in the society, did not tapping into different things, it's difficult. And that's why I was projecting before But the government introduced a system, Mr. Gayman. There's some wonderful learn around the suburb of Monrovia, right? So procure some land. The government can like some land, build some beautiful apartments, put those apartments in, and fence them, get security. So most of the time, our players, even the very talented players, get them from their home into those areas. Try to incentivize them, ensure that they stay in the country, get into some of the best university, and get them focused on the training program. Because there's a lot of things that follow these things, the program, they put into those things. The nutritional balance of these players psychologically is very important also. So that's why they begin to go to play whole day, they do this, come back in the evening, they're hungry. Nothing. They cannot do the local balance and all that. We have to. The country will have to. On that, listen, this was just lucky thing with the 3-1.
Oh, no, not lucky thing, man. I disagree. You saw the game?
Huh?
Oh, you saw the game?
Wow, here's my point. Here's my point.
Robert, look at the number. Look at the numbers.
Here's my point. We win the game yesterday.
Wait. We got more points than Nigeria in this qualifier. What are you talking about?
Okay, Raul.
We got more points than Nigeria.
Raul,
we got
15
points.
Yeah, the reason why I said we're lucky, but maybe I'm be wrong. We can win this game to the start pressing before you look after the next 2, 3, 4 games. We beat us that kind of way because we don't have a pattern.
That's what I'm saying. So I agree with you on that note.
We have
but the talent is there. But again, the government have got.
How can we sustain?
Because even yesterday, before those players played Tevi, the government still owed them from the last appearance fee.
This is the point I've been making.
When they went to Malawi, the appearance fee, and we got one of the cheapest appearance fee in Africa. I think $1,200 the last I checked. $200. So anytime a player comes, you buy that ticket, and then you give them $1,200.
Smart money.
Every time LFA try to insert bonuses to boost the morale of the players, if you win this game, we'll give you $2,500. Charles used to do that a lot. The government told $5,000. Yeah. The government told the LFA remove the 2,000 bonus. Remove the 2,000 bonus. We don't have money. Up to now, some of the players are still owe that 1,000 appearance fee, but they still went out yesterday and performed. I'm encouraged by this team because the talent is there, and the bulk of these kids are young.
Where's our next match?
On Monday, and they're all playing in Europe. Most
Where
of them are playing
Monday?
We're playing Equatorial Guinea. Most of them are playing in Europe. They are young, but they're playing in Europe. So when the players are out there, putting the house up, the government had to say, my people, how much is $250,000? How much is $300,000 for games? Put the money out every time. No money. So how these players going to perform?
Then you want to people, you mothers say, what's up behind the children to go see the children in order? When they want to watch that, look at it, they're suffering. They can't be step in.
No, but that's how you sacrifice.
No, the country cannot, not even this leadership. The country cannot invest. They do not invest in the next generation, and it's sad.
I agree with that.
This is sad, and I would agree with you on this one. What I would disagree is that sometimes we have to take some challenges in life. But I agree. From the other stage of things that the government will have to. Trust me, if I were to get close to any leader or take the gavel of leadership in the country, one of the things I would say to transform this country moving forward, you need to have a very transformative sport programs. And some of these programs should gear towards getting the talent, get the street engaged. They got something they call get engaged with the street talent program.
That's grassroots. That's grassroots.
Right? So this grassroots. Go to Nickel Town, go to Painesville, go in all those areas in Painesville, go to Gannesville, Bannansville. Go to Point 4, go to all the area, West Point, and then where you will see raw talent. Raw talent that you can transform. Raw talent.
Let's also remember that when it came to patriotism too, when there was no government, Lone Star was still there. Lone Star made the 1996 World Cup. And by the way, before they made the 1996 World Cup, players still kept the team together. Bankrolled by George Weah. George Weah took up. He was the government for Lone Star on many occasions because, of course, he was playing at the biggest clubs and he made the most of the cash. But he bankrolled the team. He paid the way of players to come and play for the national team.
But some of the national team. Yeah,
national team. So when we were in war, we went to the African Cup of Nations, which was our first AFCON in 1996 in South Africa. So to Sylvester's point, we gotta, sometimes it's not all about what we get from the country. I understand people have different career, they're in different places in their career, and they have to make those decisions. But again, also too, we have to say, and I think it's it's patriotic enough. If I go back and play for my country to say, let $1,000, yeah, that's the bare minimum. But you can't say you don't have $1,000 to give the player, but you can find money and take these big trips abroad and pay government officials that per diem on time, pay their accommodation on time. But when it comes to the player, do you know at some point they were even borrowing air ticket for players? They were even borrowing hotel accommodation for players, and they could not pay those hotels. So the government cannot tell me, say, every 2 games they can't afford $350,000 to support Lone Star, give the per diem on time, pay the hotel bill, pay the ticket on time. I mean, you can't tell me you don't have that kind of money.
They can raise that. And Tavi and Jerome, let me remind both of you, John F. Kennedy said something, Jerome, who has it, said, ask not what your country can do for you, but rather...
Not how many.
You
know what it takes for a child? You do know what it takes for a child to reach that far? Do you know who all the people they're going to compete with to reach that far? We're talking about love for country.
What you can do for
But Sylvester, how do you reconcile that? How do you reconcile that to Tavi knowing that she's spending her money doing for her country, but she also on the other hand seeing the country government lavishly living life with management. Every time when it comes to an important thing, look at the put building presidential villas in Lofa, $10 million, but they can't have money to renovate University of Liberia.
I agree.
So how do you reconcile that?
I agree, but that's all the thing John F. Kennedy saw. I said, no, don't ask what the country will do for you.
No, it's not applicable.
He saw all I wanted to read at the meeting again. He said, don't see you at the bay. Master info, yeah. But what is that's not being the master info, yeah.
No,
let me say this. Let me say this.
If the government got that kind of money and they're wasting the money like that, then why should I spend my own money?
Let me say this. I'm very passionate soccer. If I'm going to focus not the civil crisis, I would have been one of the best trackers around the world in terms of playing the game. On a serious note, right? There's a guy
breaking news.
When I was growing up in Sioux Factory, I was very tied to a very passionate football player that I.
Wait a minute. Are we looking at let us squander opportunity?
I respected a lot. Thomas Apuma, right? Thomas Apuma at the time lived in my community. I used to be his booth or Jesse picking and all of things. So I was ready into the game. He used to get those things for me. I was ready into it, but the civil crisis disrupted them. And Abu saying, listen, I'm a very diehard Liverpool fan. And not a Liverpool fan, but I'm a card carrying and due pay member of Liverpool.
You gotta fire your coach.
Yeah.
And $1 billion spent, you still can score goals.
Where's your Barrow carry car? Where's your carry car?
My second choice team is PSG. I was just on at the Met Stadium.
Peewee, where's your membership card for Barrow?
To watch the final game of the World Cup.
Peewee, where is your due pay membership card for Barrow or
I'm not a Mother Barrow fan. I'm an Invisible 11 fan.
Where is your membership for Invisible 11? Your due pay
go
card?
There. I'm one of those. I even said at the time that people listen. Jerome, I'm one person. You see, the reason why I do these things is that I do have it. I don't have it here with me now, but I do have it, and I'm planning on my next trip to Liberia to even go and give some contribution to the team. I was a very passionate.
You were here 2 weeks ago when I read that Barrow and IE is about to go extinct because they had terrible organization. They had no funding. They have nothing. So you guys I said this because Tomalin George is very, very gung-ho and buoyant when it comes to local sports. He wants us to concentrate on local sports. And for us to do that, like you say, as an individual, you cannot do it. It has to be an institutional stuff. That's what, and what you see on the local level with the soccer and sports, it's a microcosm of what's happening on the national level.
Absolutely.
There is no There is no institutional building, institutional development. Even the BB building, even when I was supporting George Weah, right? We see all these sophisticated, beautiful buildings they're building, but there's no maintenance plan. So you build all these beautiful buildings, you come there 2 years later, they mold all over the place.
But Mr. Gayman, look at the ministerial complex. The last time
there you go.
Somebody got Victorian to paint the place immediately. I think they just painted that building
after years
and other things. So it's wrong. We have to take some initiative as people. I agree. John F. Kennedy saw all those things. Say don't ask, but we have to do it. We still have to do it, but I don't know our chances. But I was thinking on this route.
No, we're not. If we win tomorrow, if we win on Monday, Sylvester, if we win on Monday, we're going to have.
What are our chances of qualifying for the African Cup of Nations?
If we win on Monday, we're going to have 18 points.
Because I'm looking here. If we win tomorrow,
that's what I'm saying now. If we win on Monday,
it's an away game. Let's consider that we're not going to win tomorrow. I'm looking here.
Man, no, we almost won it last. We won.
Almost doesn't count.
Equatorial Guinea got a very good team.
We won away before. I'm just saying, even if we don't win tomorrow, but if we do win tomorrow, we go second. Now we go.
Then we're going to playoff.
There's a possibility because the top 4 teams go to the playoffs. Even if we don't go to the playoffs, I think what can happen now, and I mentioned this yesterday, we can keep this team together, add more young players that are playing out, and let the government support the team. Let's play test matches with this team and start getting ready for the next African Cup of Nations qualifiers. I think if we do that, this team can make the 2027 African Cup of Nations if we do that.
I think so. That's a long-term plan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's past our bedtime. We should have been out at 8 o'clock at 8:22. Thank you very much. Tabby, can you close your party comment, please?
Sure. I was looking forward to seeing the Inspector General here today, or his deputy or proxy. So hopefully he will come on sometime next week. I'm not sure why he didn't show up, but hopefully he will show up next week. But anyway, great discussion. I'm not a football fan, whatever it is, but I did go to the stadium though. I'm a Manchester person.
Manchester United, right?
Yes, I have a jersey actually. I went to the stadium in Manchester. I have a sister that lived there, so I'm always up there in England.
I was there last year. My wife and I went to Old Trafford last year, and it was the best. It was the best moment of my life, and
right. I took a lot of pictures and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, good discussion. Sometimes you just gotta get all of your elements. So you brought me all of my elements today. So good discussion. Look forward to more next week. Y'all have a good weekend.
Go Lone Star, go. Listen, I'm a Lone Star guy. I don't care if we lose. I'm a very loyal soccer fan. I do not have any team in any local club in Liberia. I don't have any local club other than maybe when Grandpa's is playing. But I don't have no local club in Liberia. Manchester United is my only club team that I support. And any other team that is playing against teams that hit Manchester United, like Chelsea, Arsenal, and all the other teams. But Lone Star is my favorite. I think we have, even with all of the challenges. People, you should watch the game. It's on FIFA Plus. If you look at that game yesterday, we scored 2 goals in the first 9 minutes, bro.
I saw the game.
I mean, the game was very, very good. I mean, look at the last goal. Look at the setup for the last goal. And that kid, the kid who scored, Edward, he plays in Algeria. He just recently got signed. 24 years old, right? He went to Europe, didn't work out, came back, played in the local league. And when Lone Star went to play in Algeria, those guys saw him and said, we like this kid. And that's how they signed him. But look at the goal he scored yesterday. That's a world-class goal.
Yeah, that's a masterpiece.
I mean,
Robert Garguah, look at this.
Who is that? Oh, that's you.
Me. Yeah, so I was over at Manchester.
But you're not a Manchester fan, so why you at Manchester United Stadium?
I was in the UK. I come.
They invited CMC on the stadium.
We went to the stadium. Right there. So CMC no joke, you know.
CMC that beat Pateo, the Queen, and at the Queen team there.
That's right.
So I think. But listen, Manchester United is the best team in the world, man. But
you're struggling.
You see
right now.
And the next 2 games, you can win or fire your coach.
No, they're not. No. The CEO already said. Yeah, I see that.
Robert, look at me and your homeboy.
Man, that's Photoshop. That's not you. Who?
You don't even know the team. Yeah,
is that you? Is that Bruno? Is that Bruno? That's not Bruno there. That's Photoshop.
Look at the name that Photoshop.
Bruno was there.
When you go to UK, they bring you pay some money, then they bring you on the field, and you take pictures.
But when I went there, I only went for the game. I didn't go to meet the players, but that was nice. Though.
No, we didn't meet the player. They bring you. You are tourists, right? They bring you on the field, then they take your photo. Then they Photoshop the top player, the player that you like.
For another way, we know we were back there, so when I was a special, it was very beautiful.
We didn't see the people.
Very beautiful.
We didn't meet the people, but they invited us on the field, and we took pictures.
But I think again, like I said, when we start performing, I think the kid who turned down Lone Star invitation, I don't think he's better than. For instance, Nyenwolo Gongloe. A 19-year-old kid, he's playing in Europe already. Emmanuel Foley, you might see him in England soon. Beautiful player. You saw what he did yesterday. Oscar Dole, Devon Tier, all of these kids are already in Europe. They're not even 20 years old yet. So I think the government will need to do our part. Not just the government, but Liberians. Back in the day when we out there were playing, the stadium used to be back to capacity.
Mm-hmm.
These days, I don't know what's happening.
They were very,
but this is not the first time. The stadium is
because
empty.
Lack of trust in the team.
The stadium empty.
Listen, Elosa would have win tomorrow Monday game, and then get back in the 14 for qualification, and then get back in the internal. It's still not going to be packed.
Yeah, so we need to get back. We need to get back to filling the stadium,
the confidence of the people.
Filling the stadium, that support, that cheer the guys on. But I believe in Lone Star. Even if we don't win, I think again, this is a good test for the government to support this team, keep this team together. I want to give a shout out to the foreign minister. I think that you talk about sports diplomacy. I think the government have struck a deal with the I don't know how to say this country. Serbia. They have agreed to send us a coach that will coach the national team. They have not set a date yet, but I think that's a good, because the government could not afford to hire a coach. So I think they were able to engage those guys to send us a coach. But again, great conversation, guys. But go Lone Star, let's go.
Yes, Mr. Nagbe.
Thank you very much. Listen, great conversation, especially ending with the sports conversation. This is not a good day to be a Philadelphia sports fan.
What happened?
All the major teams are all in the red. The Phillies got knocked out on an error last night. I mean, it's so they're not making they're not going beyond the first round of the playoff.
Hello.
And the Eagles last night, I mean, they were so painful to watch, but they lost to the Giants last night. Damn. But we'll see. The Eagles still have the whole promise. But but
you're an Eagles fan?
Absolutely.
The man from Philadelphia, what do you expect?
Yeah. So, but I hope the coaches, the technical team, they'll get to work and fix it real quickly.
How is the Cowboys doing better than y'all, man? That's crazy.
Are the Cowboys really doing better than us? I don't know that right now, Robert. But I mean, we are.
You are champion, man. You are champion. Yeah. You are reigning champ.
We're watching the past game. The Eagle. I don't know how the Eagle managed, man. But they led for 10. That 18 to I mean, it was just that's the first defeat, right?
No, second. We lost at home. This is the first back-to-back since I think December of last year. We lost at home to the Broncos last week.
Yeah, I watched that game.
Yeah, but last night we played again. Thursday night we played in the Netherlands. Yeah,
then the Eagles. Y'all play in the Netherlands? Why?
No, the myth.
They try to decentralize the game and taking the game outside of the US. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, Robert, you misheard me. We play in New York.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm told the NFL is about to move out.
Yeah, they're moving out to Europe and even Central America and other parts.
Victor, 1 minute, hold on there. Yes, go ahead. Chime in real quick.
Yeah, this is Bewazi, and I just thought to make my 1 or 2 cents. I mean, some of us, Mr. Gayman, we have our kids getting ready to go back to Liberia and play for the Lone Star. And as you can see, one of my sister's son was very much fortunate to be on the team on the first time playing and then scoring the goal. I mean,
who?
Bar for Eastern. Bar. The only Fula on the national team.
Oh, yeah, he played in Malta, right?
Yeah. And I have another 2 sons. They are playing in Barcelona Academy. They may go back to Liberia. Saidu and Sergio, they play for Barcelona Academy. They might go back to Liberia. Who knows? It just all depends on the arrangement with the foreign ministry and the technical staff of Liberia. That's all. The only thing we can do as Liberians is to encourage our kids.
How old is he? How old is Ba?
Ba is 16.
No, I'm talking about the one who played yesterday.
The one is 19. He's 19 years old.
Wow. He's a talented kid too.
Yeah, he scored his first goal for Lone Star, and it brought so much pride to us. And just to chew a joke, I mean, he scored a goal and 2 Madingo, 1 Madingo, 1 Fula score.
But you know what they're saying now, right? People saying,
listen, Robert, you say what they say they should do?
They didn't say they should go back to Guinea.
I heard that yesterday. They said every time Madingo and Mendy and Fula men around, they say, "Oh, you're not from here." But when it's cold now,
when it's cold, go say, yeah.
Now they're Liberians. I mean, we're all proud. We are happy.
No, but that is not. That be very frank. No one have that there have to be people joke on that. So say now.
No, that's why he says it's a joke. He says a joke.
Yeah,
when
the opportunity to give the Fulapo got in that country, trust me, it's very huge. Today, they even control the economy of that country.
Oh yeah, he know. He just saying the joke that we always do when something wrong go and they go back to Guinea. But when the score good, everybody, and that. Go ahead.
But anyway, so yeah, I know I agree with my friend Fode here. He said champions die hard. I think the Eagles they will bounce back.
Nagbe, 1 minute, let him land. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, I think he landed. Go ahead.
Yeah, the only thing we can say, Mr. Nagbe, Mr. Gayman, I mean, anything our children can do for our country, even if just to go and teach the kids how to play basketball or play football, I mean, it's allowed. You're just going to teach. I mean, it's allowed, I know my little son here, little Michael, is playing soccer here. I mean, definitely when I play for Korea, you have to go back and play for Liberia, I'm a passionate person of being a Liberian, and I think my kids, I will put it in them. I mean, it's just something that we just encourage our kids. Even though we don't have those things in Liberia, but the only way the kids in Liberia can get encouraged to play more if we go back and give back to them. So we need to encourage our kids to go back. Just 1 or 2 weeks, it will help a lot. Thank you very much for having me, Mr. Gayman.
Thank you. And by the way, I'm an honorary Fula man. My name is Alhaji Ba, Jerome Ba. So, Pewee, when you see me on this show, I'm not a small man. Don't play with me. Nagbe, you gotta address me fully as Mr. Alhaji Jerome Ba Gayman. So next time you gotta put it to my name, Alhaji. Okay, now go ahead and close.
All right, Mr. Alhaji Jerome Ba Gayman.
That's right.
So I'll quickly, like I said, I think the Eagle will bounce back. But look, I'd like to welcome, the political leader of the CMC back to the States. I know Sylvester is already cringing. He tired hearing about CMC, but he's here.
He got 4 more years to listen to it.
I can even help you because I can want you promote the CMC. I can say that. But if you want me in know the CMC, I want you know the CMC that you don't exist.
I know you can be trying to help me, but it's not a thing. And you pay me fine, but it's okay.
It's impossible to ignore.
I'm trying to do some good way public relation for the CMC.
Thank you very much. Let me welcome Mr. Musa Asambelede to the US. He's here to, among other things, you'll be headlining the UNICO, that's the United Nimba Citizens Council. I think their board is being inaugurated. Very nice guy. Asikato, many on a number of occasions. Really nice guy. And I think he'll do a lot of things with the boards, but he's taking over the helm of the leadership of the UNICO board. And so in Maryland, Riverdale, it is, I think they call it Riverdale. We'll be there tomorrow and, try to hang out with them and, inaugurate the board. And so, I'd like to welcome the Honorable Musa Asambelede, back to the U.S. And I'm sure we'll do a couple of meetings before he goes back. But it's been a great show. Thank you very much. It's always an honor to be here and hang out with you guys, and just kind of talk to our people on ways in which we think we can us together, move our country forward. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Honorable Pewee, take us out.
Oh, yes. It was a good show. Basically looking at the Bandy Lamp, people have some discussions in our first side of the discussion today. The Nobel Committee came out with the winner of this year prize. I think that's a very perfect selection. And myself, I'm one of those that Machado being a very great woman advocating for peace across the world and the Venezuelan people and the rest of that. So that was a very good selection today. And also we look at the Bandy Land thing and it was sports. But it's important that with the way the team performed yesterday performance alone cannot qualify the team. We should not be but one of the basic things we need is to encourage the government to set unique programs. If we can have it done in Equatorial Guinea, Cape Verde is on the verge of qualifying for the World Cup possibly. In other countries, they set the program, Guinea, and even Equatorial Guinea that we're going to play tomorrow. Equatorial Guinea also had a program. You saw the way they performed in the past African Cup of Nations, right? So we have to put into place. Liberia is a football country. We love soccer and a lot. So and part of the reason why the growing concern of passionate sport lovers is increasingly declining it's because of lack of support to the team. If the team is not being supported, the team is not going to perform. We are not football zealous as compared to the Dopoh in England. I started with my friend Fred, who was in London a time ago. He said to me, Sylvester, we worship. He said, I asked him he go to church. He said, no, his God is Arsenal. Fred told me this. Yeah, you're taking him on a tour of London. He said this to me. And that's one of the reasons why if you saw those games, you see some 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 2-3 years old, they will sub if their team is being defeated. You see them, how they can get into the game, how passionate and loyal they are to their clubs. So you see tomorrow you see the game. Oh, you see some of those games. So we can have a plan and pump some money in the program. We're not a rich country, but we can do it. Other countries that we are even better than in terms of getting resources and other things. They're doing well in terms of their programs. Put different program in place. So how can we not plan that this year we're having qualification rounds for both World Cup and African Cup, or sometimes only African Cup? How dare can we plan to put money in the budget for that to ensure that there's no level of saying we don't have player partner, we don't have player playing ticket, we don't have this for the players who come on time for training. We should even put money in the budget for extended friendlies that will further build the capacity of our teams and other things. I think we can do it, but the vision is not there. The incompetence is too much in the country, and the supervisor, those that should supervise, those that should do the work themselves need to be supervised. So that's the problem we have in the country. But I think we can do much better if we come together as people.
Just before you close, before I forget, your person or politician of the week.
My politician of the week, quite frankly, I don't know. He said he's not a politician.
Or person of the week.
My person of the week is this this head of the LDA. And I listened to him today. He spoke in a more passionate way. He said he's not a politician. The only help he needs from the people. He said no one should even praise him. He said nothing has been done. No one should praise him. The only thing he needs from us, from the people, is coordination, intelligence. And I thought he spoke very well today. So he's my person of the week. I pay some key attention to the job he's doing. I think he's one person that we ought to give some level of attention and support to. And he said the help of everybody. He asked us to not politicize the war against drugs, and we should just give support to him. He said he's done nothing yet. Nothing. Nobody should praise him. And I like that. So I think he's my mayor of the week and my mayor of the week. I will say that.
Thank you. Victor, your politician or mayor or person of the week?
Oh, I think you're bringing Robert in. This week I didn't really follow a lot, so I'm a little bit stuck in last week or so. But now
think about it. Let me go to Robert. Robert, your politician, institution, or person of the week? You are muted.
I think I have to give it to Alex Cummings. I think he's my politician of the week. I thought his interview was spot on, and and even though they've argued that he's 1%, or the deputy minister called him a political do-up, but he had the country talking, and people have been expressing their own opinions about what he said, whether things have changed. Nothing has changed, and so I think the highlight of the past few days has been about his interview. So I think he's my politician of the week.
Great, Mr. Nagbe.
Yeah, look, I know this is long, and I think we celebrated him again, but I still have to go back to, and I don't disagree with Robert, just that I don't want to go with the same person. I think Alex did a good job, and I think Musa is doing a good job. I've already selected, but I will go with Mr. Dr. Dunn. I think the recent effort here in the States to bring together Liberians, from all walks of life, and try to do the diaspora conference. There are questions, concerns about it, but I think he brought a lot of energy to it, and I kind of think the fruits are yet to be born, but I think he did plant some seeds here. So I give him credit for holding all of that together. He didn't do it single-handedly. I know there are other people like my nephew, Alpha Tonga, other people, but I give it to him for holding all of that together and seeing it through.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Every Friday at the end of the week, we select our person of the week or institution of the week. For me, I have to go with Daniel Osano. He came on, he was perceived as a villain. And he came on.
I did a rubber boy now.
Yeah, Daniel shocked me. He came on yesterday. He actually composed himself. He presented himself. He looks like a total different human being when he's at the podium and what he was yesterday on this podium. And I like the way he introduced himself. He personified a real human being that has blood and water in him. And he presented himself very well, presented his government. And I think anybody who came out here yesterday like me that came for a fight, he disarmed me. And he made me to be a fan of his. This is a hunter's son. A man who said, I grew up, I didn't even, people say, I don't have, you got to lift yourself up with your own bootstrap. But I never even had a boot. So I put him in the category of the phoenix. He just rose from the ashes and made something of himself. Local kid went to an unknown school, went to an unknown university and doing the best, and look where he's at.
Well, Mr. Number, I know that Mr. Jerome, I know that's your person of the week. Listen, I think definitely I did not expect. I expected, the arrogance, as he did. But again, I agree with the statement that we are products of our environment. The things people do in Liberia, they come here. Sometimes the mindset remains the same, but they're very cautious of not doing things that they could possibly get away with in Liberia, right? So I think he understood the environment he was coming in, and he also understands that sometimes again it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And a lot of times is your approach. Your approach matters. So I think he knew where he was coming, and he knew that in this terrain, if he wanted to have the kind of conversation like we did yesterday, he had to humble himself and he had to keep it about the issues. So I give him credit. You're absolutely right. I thought he was composed, even though he spewed lots of misinformation as well and stuff like that. But I thought he did way better than he did the first time he was here. And I thought he did way better than any of his press conferences at the Ministry of Information. So let's wait and see if he's rose and if he's reborn, because come Monday, sometime next week, there will be press conferences. There will be multiple unfavorable opinions of his government. Let's see how he respond to that.
Nagbe, real quick before we go, Robert said this guy he may be a recidivist. This is a prisoner that you said
he may revert right back to form, right?
But we are proud of our environment. He was in this environment, and you remember, Mr. Number, remember the first time he came here? He saw what happened.
I wasn't here, Robert, so I wasn't here. But I've seen him being very bombastic and very, very, yes. I mean, at the Ministry of Information, I mean, he's like the attack dog for the government.
Yes.
So, Daniel Sando, I have said a lot of good things about you. There's a sizable segment of the society not here that know that you are going to recidivist. You're going to go back to the old, they say you leper, you can't change your spot. They think you will go back, and I believe you are going to do better. Pewee.
Why don't you see what happened come next week?
Pewee. Some people are saying this guy that I'm praising when he get back into that environment. They get you red meat.
You're muted, Professor. You're muted. Yeah, we're proud of our environment.
Moke candy blind.
I'm telling you, he knew where you was. Listen, people act differently when they're on spoon as opposed to when they come here. People act differently. I'm telling you. Watch and see. When people come here, sometimes it's the environment. You know where you are.
Blind. But the problem about that, Mr. Gayman, that's one of the reasons, gentlemen, I said that the position. But yeah, we're on this show, right? Sometimes we can get into some crossfire. That's not you see Raul hitting house or not. But he got smooth thing.
No, you see, I can't hit him. You don't expect it. You got no Pewee. Pewee.
Raul, I see hit Rasmus. That's the wrong.
If you don't hit Pewee, you see Pewee? Pewee is a tough talking guy. You gotta measure him. If you don't measure him, he will come over you. So when I hit it, and then you say, I just hit it.
My man, I don't like you guys are jinxing my boy Dino Sano that
but honestly,
he gonna go back to drinking again because we just baptized him. He gonna drink.
Pewee is my man. So when somebody call me, say, remember you very vet. I said, no, I'm not vessel. I purposely hit Pewee. I had to hit him.
Daniel Sanders say he won't drink anymore. He not cheat. These people say
I come in. You not see the men are making the men of drunk or making to the family. Take everybody put meeting the general meeting.
Yeah.
Not cheat. The men are cheating. The men say let's say I tell my wife and other people and my children and I'm cheating. I'm not drinking no more. Then the men that the meeting everybody ate the win, right?
Then the first weekly, well behaved. Then the very day, woman told the uncle, they said, "Oh, y'all thank you. My husband very naughty." Then they make it. They say, "Mama, my friend Paul calling me across the road. Check your lap about there. Give me something."
But imagine, right? But this also says a lot about. It also says a lot about.
Then I may go in me a minute. He come back.
But so Sylvester though. What does this say? What does it say about reporters? Because the reporters that are engaging him at Mecca, they are the one asking questions. Just how we are sitting here. The only difference is he's sitting from his home, and we are engaging, right?
Yeah.
So again, sometimes too, the quality of folks that you are engaging, sometimes we get response because the way he
it's not a journalist. He's not a journalist. It's the opposition. So that's the thing I was saying, general, right? The men I tell you, West say, if you getting money, I come here and you go across the Dopoh. Once I call the road, you see all the men they can do that thing together. All the men start to say, "Man, you know they come, man, you lie, you know they come." Let me tell you what before you don't tell something he try. So he kid, what I say? Yeah, you not looking at what go. The woman say, "And my husband, I tell you, so like, hey, as soon as they get back." And tomorrow somebody can work and say, "Why can I do this?"
And then when he come back on the closing argument, he will get back in pocket.
But
that's the man who accused the current sitting Chief Justice of talking liquor talk. Remember?
Yeah.
No, not him.
That Oh, okay. I take it back. You're right.
Yeah, that representative from that state.
Yes.
Thank
you.
I got my finger crossed.
But honestly, I did the chief judge when he see a face, you have somebody again. Like a bare elbow.
So cross your finger, Mr.
Look, let me leave before you're putting in trouble. I
got my finger crossed. I got my drink. He would never drink again.
Mr. Nagbe.
Yeah.
The chief justice, when before he played part of the mic, he told the people, say, they bare apple, it's like a bare ball, not bare apple. You know, when you're saying that thing about the fanatic of that thing, right. You know, kind of line. So when he went by the post, they may not be apple. No. The coffee ticket, they may go very, they may say someone have been there. They may be apple, you can say coffee wrong.
He went. Everything he said, he went over it.
He went on the opposite side.
But see that man, referee. I'm making big apple by way.
All right, guys, man. See y'all later.
Have a good night. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me just end this something.
But listen to, did you hear the press conference of Seleke Kromah, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, you take the IG's word for it.
We elect on 85 irresponsible men that happened to our country. We elect on 85 irresponsible men to govern this country, not to be very irresponsible.
Please place your left hand on the Bible being held by your wife, and you will kindly raise your right hand, sir, and repeat after me. All standing, please. I, Joseph Newman Boyka Sr.,
this is
no secret now that your friend and former boss will be a candidate in 2029. With all of that you experience, all of that you know, and everything that you see unfolding in the country now, will you support him? Will you be part of the process? Will you give him the support? Do you think he can be a better president?
So why you want to bring political Benin in it now?
Oh, but you political. Your political man, before you go out, very active.
I plead the fifth again.
Okay. When 2029 come and pass, then you finally leave. Mission is completed. Now, what the rules of engagement? When the war ended, the guy said, the captain, the commander said, mission complete. There wounded out first. All men on board.
So, this riot situation when it comes to countries, because many times you notice that.
If Charles Taylor is the problem, he will be out of here in the twinkle of an eye. And I say, let well-meaning Liberians come home. If we respect this constitution, a government formed in Accra is a violation of Article 1 of the Constitution. Let them come home. Let that government be formed in Monrovia.
On the broadcast administration, we want to give the government of Liberia an ultimatum of 72 hours to provide a living ballot of the chairman of the Student Unification Party, or else there will be a catastrophic pneumonia in the Republic of Liberia. To arrest the chairman of the Student Unification Party, only because the government feel intimidated about the Vanguard Party advocacies.
The government got capital road, small, that road, big road, all kinds of the place. I think the reason Joseph Baker will not do much because the old man, the papa is suffering. The papa loves the country, but he can't make it. The criminal there around him, they sophisticated than him. They are sophisticated criminals, so they can't make it.